Oh no, Bixby's here!
Did you hit play?
I hit play. They're live. The ghost of Bisbee came back, everyone.
Is sensitive to issues of race. Be advised.
No, Bixby.
And gratuitous use of the N-word. And by N-word, I mean nigger. There, I said it.
Bixby.
For the last 15 years, a man named Clayton Bigsby has been the leading voice of the white supremacist movement in America. Though not sold in any major bookstores, his books Dump Truck, Nigger Stain, I Smell Nigger, and Nigger Book have sold over 600,000 copies combined. Despite his popularity, very few have ever seen him due to his reclusiveness, but in an effort to bring his message to a wider audience, he agreed to give his first public interview ever to Frontline. But getting to Mr. Bigsby was an odyssey in itself, riddled with backcountry hollies, shifty go-betweens, and palpable danger. Excuse me, not sure where is the right place. We're looking for Clayton Bigsby.
Look no further, fella, you found me.
Oh no.
Clayton Bigsby, the author?
What, you don't think I can write them books? Just 'cause I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
How could this have happened?
Oh, Bixby.
A black white supremacist. Our search for answers led us here to the Wexler Home for the Blind, where Mr. Bigsby spent the first 19 years of his life. Bridget Wexler is the home's headmistress.
Well, he was the only Negro we'd ever had around here. So we figured we'd make it easier on Clayton by just telling him and all the other blind kids that he was white.
And he never questioned it.
Never.
Would he?
You've written 4 books now.
I've written 6 books. They published 4.
What would you say is the overall message of your books?
Sir, my message is simple. Niggers, Jews, homosexuals, Mexicans, Arabs, and all kinds of different chinks stay.
I just caught that detail. Different chinks. He said chinks.
I know. I've seen that. I've noticed that detail 2 times.
What exactly is your problem?
I just caught that. Like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot he did say that.
First of all, they're lazy, good-for-nothing tricksters, crack-smoking swindlers, big butt having, wide nose, breathing all the white man's air. They eat up all the chicken. They think they're the best dancers, and they stink. Did I mention that before?
Yes, I believe you did, sir.
Matter of fact, my friend Jasper told me one of them coons came by his house to pick his sister up for a date. He said, "Look here, nigger.
Hey, I've talked about the Freedom Convoy for a day off and on, Chris.
Sister, it's gonna be me."
You never left this property, have you, Mr. Bigsby?
No, sir, not in many years.
What if I were to tell you that you are an African American?
Sir, I'm gonna make this clear. I'm in no way, shape, or form involved in any negative.
Yes, sir.
But nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a book signing to go to. Why don't you bring your media cameras over there if you want to see some real truth?
Oh no.
Prudence, have Jasper load the truck.
And Clayton Bigsby, black white supremacist, ventured out into an unsuspecting world. Sir, you're a friend. Why not tell him he's African American?
Listen, man, he's too important to the movement. But tell him he's black, he'd probably kill himself. This would be one less nigger around. His commitment is that deep.
What you lost, boy? Oh, boy. We don't like your kind around here.
You better get out of here before something bad happens.
That's right. That's right. Tell that nigger. Big, dirty nigger. Come on. Clayton, we gotta go. Oh, thanks. There's a nigger around here. That dirty monkey will beat my hood.
Why, Bigsby hunts me every Mass Effect.
White power.
confusion did not end there.
Hey! Why don't you young somebody turn that music down? Never rightly set. Boogie boogie, nigger! Boogie boogie!
And it's a group of white guys.
Niggers? Awesome!
The anticipation was at an peak as we arrived at Mr. Bixby's book signing.
The man who should be the next president of the United States! All right, Des, we're trying to show these people what power's all about.
You better put your hood on, please.
All right.
I want to hide your identity to save her. You know, in case some radicals the cause wants to shoot you.
That's good thinking, all right.
Russian troops went into Ukraine. Yay.
Without further ado, the man who made us proud to be white, none other than Clayton Bigsby. That's it.
By no patient for my
Things discussed, mainly Negroes. America's at war with Al Qaeda, but we're still losing the war against Al Sharpton.
The Asian community was a target as well.
Let's talk about Chinese people with their kung fu and all
No.
that.
Here we go.
I can't understand you. Go back to your country, white power.
Mr. Bixby was also critical of the entertainment industry.
Don't let the liberal media tell you how to think and feel. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. If you don't like women, Grace, that don't mean there's something wrong with you. It means there's something wrong with Will. You homosexual.
Politicians weren't spared either.
White power. Colin Powell. Conolingus rice. Conolingus rice sounds like a Mexican dish. Maybe we should put her on a plate and send her to Mexico so the Mexicans will eat her. White power. Just open up your heart and let that hate out. Show us your face. We want to see your face. Who said that? You want to see my face? Clayton, go on, brother.
That doesn't work good, Clayton.
Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy.
Someone's head just exploded.
Every cookie and punch for us to enjoy and make. Talk about white brotherhood. Thank y'all for coming. White power!
Mr. Bixby was not harmed that night, but irreparable damage has been done to his reputation and in many ways the white power movement. We're told that in the last few weeks he has accepted the fact that he is a black man. And 3 days ago, he filed for divorce from his wife. When we asked why, after 19 years of marriage, he responded, because she's a nigger lover. I'm Kent Wallace. Good night.
Funding for Frontline provided by the Trent Clark Foundation for Peace and Understanding. Loving black people, one at a time.
Okay, everyone. Bixby had his bomb moment as usual. He came to Mass Effect again. Now, yeah.
The president.
But did COVID mention how many died because they're stupid? Well, what makes the people of the convoy stupid, Chris? It was the definition of a peaceful protest. And shows how much power the truckers have. I bet you probably didn't hear about the woman that got run over by a horse.
Yeah, there was a picture put out, but it's been put. It's like obviously Twitter haven't had it removed. Facebook quickly took it down, and so it's like you gotta catch these things quick.
And Keith says Russian troops went into Ukraine. No, they didn't. They went there to help with nation building. That's not an invasion. I mean, the U.S. did it for years with help, foreign help. They don't. They're not at war.
What's it? No, did I not fucking tell you? Because it popped up today. Did I not tell you that the moment Russia decides to enter, that sanctions were going to be put in place?
Yeah, it was a little late for certain sanctions. Biden could have done that a while ago.
No, they already had, this whole time the sanctions were already, it's just they were announcing more of them. There's a lot more put in, and even Germany, because one of the major oil pipelines go from Germany to Russia. Germany says, we're going to cut that shit off.
About damn time someone figured out it's the oil industry.
So, no, but the thing is, that's the thing, you take away the fuel from Russia, how are you going to be able to fuel your armies? That's the thing. I was like, oh shit, I was taking a fucking educated guess.
I knew of the pipeline.
Yeah, but the way they were going to do it, the way they're handling it is
Whoa, Chris, me and you were going to have a big argument when it comes to that convoy truckers.
I'm lost. What?
Chris, I honestly am questioning. Are you a 3-letter word in hiding?
I'm lost.
Chris doesn't believe that the truckers were peaceful protesters. He believes they're rioters.
Oh, trust me. If it was rioters, you would know. The media would have blown it even further out of proportion.
They were the definition of peaceful protest for a while. Then tell me, why were people's bank assets frozen and stuff like that? Why did the emergency power get kicked in?
That's the part that gets me, yeah.
Why did the GoFundMe get frozen? Huh? I've covered that for days. Extensively. Hell, it was the great honking that brought me back to YouTube. When my ass was originally going to stay on Rumble, so you got the honking to thank my return.
And I reset time.
That too. Fuck, my controller's glitching.
There is no time to mourn. That's why I was like, just like what Thanos did, using the time sound like, I understand how you all feel, but there's no time to mourn. And Keel's like, fuck. Yeah, you wanna laugh?
What?
I think Sony, it's a quick thing that's issue. I think Sony censors games that don't come from them. Cause why is it their games can show shit,
okay,
but third-party games can't?
Alright. We're still on air. I had a little blue screen when I was trying to switch controllers up. Thank you. Here. Now I can move. I've got the headset working. God, I had a glitch going on with my controller and stuff.
I sense hereticals.
Yeah, I think the hereticals were after me. They don't want the our words going around. Susan would probably...
Yeah, I got back into playing. I don't know if you... No, wait, you said you did play it because it's the closest thing we'll get to a True Crime 3 that we'll never get. Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, yeah. Wait, did I say that?
Yeah, you were the one that told me that you were like... Because when I brought it up, I was like, you know, is there anybody who's ever played Sleep? It was like, wow back. I was like... Sleeping Dogs is the true crime game, the true crime sequel we'll never get, and you were like, oh, that is definitely True Crime 3.
Oh yeah, because it's the Yazuka and stuff. Don't believe
me. No,
it's
like with the thing is the controls and everything are fucking they're refined from True. They're like True Crime 1 and 2's controls, just refined. But it's more like a martial arts. It mixes the how do I say it? It's a really good the fucking Sleeping Dogs is a really good Rush Hour. Is if Rush Hour was serious. Like if Rush Hour was a serious movie and not a comedy. That's what fucking Sleeping Dogs is. It's like the serious version of Rush Hour, and the guy you play as is like he's like a serious version of Inspector Lee from fucking that Jackie Chan played. I'm not complaining, cause the dude who plays him is the fucking dude who plays
Chris, I have a question. Where do you get your news source from?
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Ophir.
I gotta take this grappling hook all the way the fuck up here. God damn. I gotta get used to all this goddamn...
What news source did you find all that from? I'd like to know.
Mike Cerny.
Probably woke news.
Wait, what? No, don't tell me that.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
You could have run, tried to fight your way back to the labs. Why stay here?
L1 square square circle L1. Oh, fuck! Did I do it right? Yes, I did. Damn. I thought I fucked it up.
Damn.
Shit. I thought I fucked it up. No, I did not fuck it up.
Somebody hit the like button, as they always say.
Does anybody want bamboo?
Well, you're already killing cats in there.
No, no. In this game, you can Oh yeah, that's the only thing you can't kill the cat. But yet you can kill the Delilah monkeys.
Yeah, they updated that. Tell them about the Delilah monkeys.
Yeah, if you have Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut, and you go to the Iki Island, you can literally see the asshole marquee monkeys, which Kyo knows that my history of laughing at them.
Okay, hold on. U.S. News. Which news services? MSNBC, of course. No wonder. No wonder, Chris. You got the most completely crack pipe news ever.
Crack pipes?
Lots of crack pipes. They're the ones that said he never issued the crack pipe statement. Which you should break it down for the people. I bet MSNBC did not cover it and tell you that they froze GoFundMe. They tried to GoFundMe tried to take the money and keep it for themselves. And we're going to originally outsource the money to a charity they deemed that they liked. And then when they start issuing the money back GoFundMe from the people, let me see here. They were going to keep the charge fees. Oh my god, I'm talking to a blue pill. Fox News is biased as well. You need to go to your independent media outlets. Hell, did you watch the streamers on the ground there? There were streamers on the ground covering that stuff live.
Holding ever fast.
Yeah, they were holding the line all right.
A journey's path never known.
So, yeah.
Pushing to the goal. I have performed a haiku.
Oh.
I had to perform a haiku on Kyo's live stream. I had to perform a haiku. He's probably like, jump.
To the woke news of crack pipe, who cover the crack pipe news, I wish they all would find the flues, and the news could be good news.
Okay, you're hurting yourself. I gotta see this shit.
No, I have finally found out. If you look at the chat for a second and tell me. Chris's argument, and it clarifies your hunch.
Oh no.
Yep. So what did they say about the Washington Post? Did they tell you that GoFundMe was originally going to, that they had this rescinded, and that they even froze their credit cards? Oh yeah, the credit card thing. I could go all day on what's going on about Canada that I've been covering extensively. And then people are gonna call me biased again. But then again, I'm the one who basically said, you know, your certain foods are gonna go up real quick, and I was called crap pipe conspiracist. And then when it happened, I just pointed and said, "Told you so."
Oh.
Keith, I'm sorry my haiku hurt you, but John asked for one freestyle, and I might as well have based it off of what I'm seeing in chat. It is only for wokeness that the haiku gets stronger. Yeah, it's a peaceful occupation. It was like, oh my god, I'm going to... That's it. You're definitely a Democrat, Chris. And definitely woke cultured. And I don't mean to judgmental, but I've had a feeling you were hitting SJW for a while, and wow. Some of that's clarifiable.
Wait, huh?
Look at the chat! This is why I'm having an argument with Chris.
Okay, give me a moment, because I'm like, I'm in my own world here. Oh,
don't
Lord.
blame Canada. Canada, blame Toronto. The freaking Trudeau or whatever his name is, Justin Trudeau. Nope. Those things, they were just so far as to stop the honking at 10 o'clock at night at decent hour and honk. Seriously. Did you not watch the live streamers or people on the ground? Probably not. Look at the receipts, John. Look at the receipts.
You're the boss of your stream.
I am just full of... Well, you sure pull contradictions that they spout. You're spouting stuff the same thing they spout. If you would do your independent research and use critical thinking, and I can tell you're getting heated with this argument, kind of like I am to a degree, but more going straight on defense instead of offense. Yeah.
I smoke weed. I bring peace to the battlefield.
Definitely. I could use your peaceful, calm mind right now.
Well, guess what? I don't have any, so that's why I'm playing Ghost.
Damn it!
Exactly. I'm playing Ghost, and I'm not gonna let my vibe be wrecked while I'm playing Ghost.
Yes, kill the monkeys.
I'm trying to 100% this game, which I know is gonna be like, God damn. Yes, if I like a game, I will go as far as to try to platinum it.
And I also have a question. How do you tend to know about the woke people quicker than we do, if you weren't woke?
Hey, I don't throw out assertions of people being woke or not woke, because today I feel the word, like, nowadays, because especially the Phantom Menace, that word is heavily diluted.
It is. I'm just using it just for the hell of it at this point. Because at this point, I've got to find a coin to put this in. If you're blue-pilled, if you were blue-pilled, how do you know more about the blue-pilled than the people that are red-pilled? I got maybe matrix-sonic terms.
Shit, I didn't realize that. I think, well, you know what the way I view it is? It's like, okay.
Okay, I got a question. John, Chris is now arguing me with COVID. When you went to the South, how bad was it in the South compared to where you're at in Florida right now? Please educate him on that. Your Florida experience.
Florida, it's almost, how do I say it? Compared to the North.
What you experienced in the North, tell them what you experienced in the North.
It's almost like non-existent down here. We're up north, where even when a doctor tells me personally that, like, I don't understand why they're portraying the South as being the worst with the highest rates of COVID, when technically, especially in my city, at least in Florida, it went from being the third lowest in Florida to at least the second lowest.
Yep, and yours had the least elderly deaths.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
your governor handled things properly to a degree. I could go all day, Chris. You don't want to argue with me on that. My dad's a doc.
Yeah, people up in the north were like always like the nurses were always saying, because you know when I was laying in,
the cold make it spread further, but with your temperature how it's always fluctuating between hotness to kind of mild coldness, it doesn't go as radical out of control. But
yeah, so I say even when it's mildly cold out here during the winter, it only will drop as far as to probably like the mid 40s to the high 50s. It still doesn't have enough strength.
And that's not 30 degrees. It doesn't get to below freezing, like you experienced for the first time in Delaware.
Yeah, down here you can basically, like right now, it would technically up north's getting random snowstorms and it's still blistering cold, but down here I'm back to wearing a like out here you don't even have to wear a mask. And you're still low at risk because the temperature and the climate out here is so fucking hot, it doesn't even give it a chance. And even if you do have it, the symptom strengths won't be that hard because it's not going to fester. Because one thing that even the doctors suggest when you're out here, because even they told my mom this, they allowed my mom, when she left the hospital, you know, she, instead of being in the room, she walked out.
No, Chris, you're deflecting. Get right back on the amount of people on COVID. Do not go to the mask thing. You're not deflecting on me. If you're going to talk COVID, you're going to do it here. You're going to stick to one subject. The mask thing is a deflection. Get right back on that.
Well, I mean, I'm not, well, I have to bring up masses too a little bit.
No, but that'll be later. First, you got to finish talking about how COVID's handled there and what you saw in Delaware. He's trying to do a deflection
over tactic. Here, they tell you they'll tell you on the news that in Florida, oh, the hospitals are full. When I went, I was in and out of the hospital in no time flat. Versus when I was up north, I was there for 12 hours the first time before getting seen.
I could tell you for a fact he was in there for at least 6 on that time when you're high on those drugs before you were able to get discharged.
Yeah, that they pumped me up, that they had to pump me with to figure out what was going on. Because, you know, the body pains, I got to get something in my system for pain. There's nothing I can do about that. But Jesus. I'm like, you know, I was talking with the nurse, I told her, I was like, she stood at she had, even though, that's the thing, I felt bad because I told her, I was like, I know I have COVID and I feel bad that I'm putting you at risk because you have to check on me and things like that. You have to come and check in. She's like, no, it's no problem. It's what we do. Even if I get COVID, I know I'm helping, I was like, alright. Even though I told her, it's like, I'm still apologize because she's like, it's out of your control. There's nothing you
believe it or not, there are still some decent human beings left. Regardless of what you want to say, some of the nurses and people that are still bothering to be there is actually ironic to a degree. But because the amount of stuff they had to put up with and the stuff that, I mean, you should have seen how fast they were changing PPE gear. They were doing it like crazy.
Then they pumped, you saw the fucking IV that they had jacked into my arm. My body took that shit like it was not like you would think my body was dehydrated. And knowing how much water I drink, you've seen me drink gallons.
You've got a gallon of water still. You're still recovering from, when you were up there, you got misdiagnosed as well. So why don't you tell them that, too? How fucked up the medical... Well, actually, we went on about that one day. But
yeah,
still,
the medical up there is just like... How they handle the things up there, it's no wonder they have a reputation called Killer Kent Hospital. It's like, if you don't have insurance, well, good luck.
Yeah, because when because your state insurance runs through Florida, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't use some of your insurance up there, so that's why you ended up waiting like 12 hours when someone with insurance there was in and out. And you said you saw some people there that didn't have insurance that were just screwed. That looked like a horror show.
They were there just waiting and waiting, and I'm like, yo, they need to be attended to. And, if we have COVID, we have to be attended to.
And how quick do they respond in Florida with the small amount of cases that you've seen there from a Florida perspective?
Dude, the moment I told them, when I came back and I had to get rechecked up, they picked my ass up quick. They brought me to the hospital fast. They were like, we're gonna run every single test possible.
Did you have to wait the amount of time that you did in Delaware?
Oh, hell no.
So, right there, Chris, your argument on COVID things there is completely debunked, because speaking from two different things, now, your opinion of mascism.
Mask is, I mean, because you know when you think about it, a mask, how do you think we're able to breathe through a mask? Masks have, like, in the fabric or in the paper, like, if you look at it with, like, a microscope, you see, like, tiny little holes. For us to get, as long as we have those, the mask really doesn't shield you, which is...
all it does is prevent you with your spit talk. Like, if you spit talk, you know, people shoot saliva out of their mouth when they talk, that's all it's preventing.
Yeah.
And before you get me out, it's actually a fact. That's a medical fact. It does stop spit talk. Oh, by the way, before you, the Chinese and Japanese are so used to wearing masks because they would put one on the moment they feel sick. But if we live here in America, prepare to become a surf nation. Because on my channel, I will talk politics now since I'm back. While doing a funded run. At least this I don't have to talk about YouTube drama part.
Yeah.
Politics on this is funny. Because, I mean, well, I will never forget you looking at, when you were there for what they jacked you up with, you're like, wait, nurse, what did you jack me up with? What? What? Why are you going so fast?
Until I found, I found out what it was. And I'm like, bitch. Listen, they injected me with 2 different forms of morphine. And I never knew how strong that shit was. I heard rumor, I was like, the fuck is this? I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? That's why I'm like, yo, am I dying?
Hey, you're the lady I let live from, Vermeer. So wait. Why is she here? I saved her for good faith, and this is how you get it? I wonder if I get to shoot her. But Okeer is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Human experimentation? You're no worse than what you were doing before.
Chance, right? And sometimes you don't want to. I take care of my debts.
Simon, what are you tripping for?
Is paying me supposed to make up for working for Saren, or whatever you're doing here?
No, but it's a start I wouldn't have had without you. So maybe I'm not the best example of moral research, but give me a little credit for trying. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run like hell before you blow the place or something. I know how you work.
I'm all for second chances, not so sure on third ones.
Damn it! I thought I got the chance to shoot her. I could have sworn that was one of the options you could have had at one point. See here. That is one thoroughly picked corpse. That looks something worse than what the ravens here eat.
Ghost. Which way? Oh, I gotta go to this village.
Yay! Okay. I'm about to get the best Krogan ever.
I might do either by this weekend or sometime during this week. I have to do another because it makes this game feel completely different than the first time around playing this director's cut versus because I've had Ghost of Tsushima since day fucking one. And I did my old review on it you know, and that review was without the multiplayer component. So it's like I should just go back and do a complete, be like the director's cut version. Be like, yo, this is this. The only, for some reason, I still haven't played the game in Kurosawa mode, because Kurosawa mode, it just makes the game have a Kurosawa black and white film filter. But the problem is, I like playing the game and seeing the fucking colors. This game is actually fucking, it's fucking gorgeous, so why would I turn the colors off?
Yeah, that's like, well, you do Resident Evil 5, you could take it black and white.
And I know. But I like playing it, like, with this game, I like, man, I can't play Resident Evil in fucking black and white, because then what if I need to see in the dark?
I know. Well,
I would have to crank the fucking, I would have to crank the brightness up on...
Grunt.
Grunt.
Grunt has finally appeared, John, your favorite Krogan.
But especially by the Citadel. The Citadel is what made me fall in love. I mean, I was already good with him because, you know, he shows you unwavering loyalty, the fact that, you know, he just wants somebody to fight and help him prove himself. But I was like, yeah, by the third one, that DLC was what made me fall in love with Grunt. That Citadel shit, I was like, you're a Krogan, I'm keeping.
Oh man, it's really worse when in the one when I ever play it for it. Rex appears. He's like, "Yay, we're here!" He's like, "More people to kill." And Shepard's like, "What are you doing here?" I was talking to the council, but they're useless idiots. I'm like,
wait a minute. I just realized there's no guns being used in this era. So wait a minute.
Nobunaga had that.
I'm trying to see. Hold on.
Is it a Flint one?
Oh! I fucking knew it had to take place in this era. It takes place during the Kamakura period. Which the Kamakura period is before the Sengoku Jidai. The Warring States. Yo, if they do a fucking sequel, because this game takes place literally towards the end of the Kamakura period, which could lead into the fucking Sengoku Jidai. Oh, if they do a Ghost of Tsushima 2, they need to do the Sengoku Jidai era, the Warring States period. That means fucking Nobunaga can appear, the real variation of him, because this game tries to use the real counterparts to historical figures, not the
romanticized versions.
Yeah.
Cough, Samurai Warriors, cough.
No, but Samurai Warriors, it does it like, it doesn't really fucking work. No, you know what romanticizes it more than that? Was the anime Sengoku Basara.
Oh, that was just them being over the top.
But that's how you do a fucking Samurai Warriors game adaptation. But the funny thing is, I thought that Sengoku Basara came based off Samurai Warriors when it actually was its own manga and anime. That's just, I'm like, dude,
it's its own game.
Yeah, I have the game, but I'm like, these are too fucking similar to be separate licenses. The fact that Samurai Warriors 5 that just came out recently, that looks like it looks like it's using the graphics and aesthetic of the fucking Sengoku Basara. But now that I know that this game takes place in the Kamakura period, guess what takes place? Guess what it reminds me of? The two Quaidon stories.
Oh no!
The black hair and
oh no, I wasn't paying attention. I lifted my head up and looked off the screen, and I just got blasted and burnt alive. That's actually painful. Sorry, Shepard. Sorry, Shepard. You just got rebuilt. Now you're just toasted.
Hoichi the Earless and fucking the black hair take place in the Kamakura period. And I had to look it up. I heard that I guess when Sucker Punch made this game, somebody in the Sucker Punch development team must have been a fan of Quaidon, because they said that there is Quaidon Easter eggs and references. and I'm like, okay, I gotta find them. Guess what I found in the DLC expansion?
An Easter egg? Because I saw a trophy that said you had an Easter egg.
A God of War.
Huh?
I found a God of War Easter egg. I found the fucking, you know, the white tree that you see Kratos cutting at the beginning?
Yeah.
With the handprint in it and the Leviathan axe in the side. Which is a could be a big indication that that's where God of War could. Here's the thing. Even if I don't get Egypt, if you do go to Japan, I will accept that because Japan has a retarded amount of enemy types.
And it has so many different religions.
Different enemies, different variations on Onis, which that could be a fucking big. And the thing is though, that's the one time I think Kratos would have to do something. That would be the one time I think I see Kratos learning a different style. Because I think the way of the samurai could help him control his anger.
Hold on. If I'm an SJW, then what does that make me? An asshole!
Wait,
There's
what?
your answer, Chris. Chris said, if I'm an SJW, then what does that make you? And I said, an asshole and a hypocrite to a degree.
Yeah. Even I acknowledge that.
That's what that makes me. And a guy who tries to look in facts. So I can't join in my headphones. There's your answer, Chris. And I'm very self-aware of what I am. But if I ever have a hint of SJWism or whatever this toxicity is, I want John to get his to do the Bread Boys thing and go unacceptable to me. You know what I'm referring to.
You damn right.
You're the first person I want to do the unacceptable treatment to. Me too.
Shit, I gotta piss.
I'll even open the door.
Why would someone so fanatical sacrifice himself for one Krogan?
No telling what Okeer jammed into this thing's head. Releasing it may not be wise.
I listen to all sorts of one. I listen to Tucker. I listen to Ben Shapiro. I listen to Tim Pool. I listen to very much all sorts of one, so I can get multi-perspective. The only one I will not touch is CNN with 10-foot pole or MSNBC. I watch all different variations, dude. That way it gives me a different layer of perspective.
A pure Krogan could pack a hell of a punch.
Hell, I even watch We Are Change.
If he'll help. I doubt anyone's asked for his opinion.
Normandy, Okeer is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
Clowns. I've watched more than I've also checked your news source too.
Concerns about waking it.
Yeah, you've said that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
Alright, there we go.
Chris, I watch all sorts of things. I've even watched a little bit of the Phantom Menace people that you despise. Just to see what they do. Stupid. As my mama always said, stupid is as stupid does.
I'm one of the biggest detractors of the fucking Phantom Menace for good reason.
We don't know anything about it.
I mean, they lied about the book of constantly lied about the book of Boba Fett, which was like, dude, I'm like, okay, if they don't want to be, here's the thing, if they don't care for new Star Wars, fine, don't watch it, but then don't lie about it, like, don't deter people or anything like that, because here's the thing, you can't trust them when they say they watch it, because they're already going into it with their hate goggles on.
Alright, I can give you one thing with my hate goggles. Did you notice that when I destroyed a death metal thing, I said, it's okay if you enjoy this or you enjoy that. I don't mind if you enjoy hacky slashy Final Fantasy 15. I didn't like it, but that's okay if you enjoy it. That's your thing. I don't like Kingdom Hearts 3. I hate it with a passion. Only bears I like are Pirates of the Caribbean and the Toy Story level. But if you enjoy it, that's good for you.
But don't make it seem like it's the you know.
But
your entrance.
Just like okay, I've got to go into Mass Effect 3 after this. I'm enjoying Mass Effect 2, and you know my hatred towards that game. And you know I've never really gotten onto you because you love that game. I said that's great, you enjoy it. I have problems because of the writing and stuff. So
the thing is now, I look at Mass Effect 2 in the same light, but there's two things is what keeps both of them from being better than the other. One, you have to play Mass Effect 2 a very specific way, where Mass Effect 3 you can play it freely.
Mm-hmm.
I like 3.
And you also cared a hell of a lot about the characters.
Yeah. See, the ending, I'm indifferent to it because even at the time where people were saying, oh, we're not used to having... I was used to playing games that gave you... Because at the time, that's how every game that gave you a choice was. There was always a multiple choice endings.
You know what I find funny? Many years later, when I look back, I'm wondering to this day whether the writers were spitting in people's face when they put red or blue as the choice that you get to choose.
Yeah.
Controller blue.
It seems like years later, people have now gotten over it, especially with this collection. And I think it was because of what they did, where they was like, they put everything that would be considered a separate expansion, and all the missions are placed in a chronological order. So therefore, it's like you have all this stuff to do, and all this stuff that you're doing that leads up, you know, all these missions.
Well, that's the thing. In this one, they basically, for Mass Effect 2, the two DLCs that dropped with Laird Shadowbroker and, you know, the Overlord and the Arrival all took place after the main game. The problem with the Mass Effect 3 was the DLCs were all over the place. They all took place during the game, but they released it after the game was finished, which is stupid.
That's weird because it makes me do the Shadowbroker and the Arrival at the middle point of 3.
But but they were released. Oh, the Laird of Shadowbroker and them were released after. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were released after the game, but then
that's why many people don't have much problem with 2 because the way they released them made sense. They take place after the game. It's like an epilogue to be continued. But when they did Mass Effect 3, they were throwing in all these expansions that took place before the ending, and people were like, "Come on!" So I mean, as I said, you enjoy Mass Effect 3. I could see when I went through it again just the other day. I'm like, I'm still biased a little bit, but I can see where this is enjoyable. Collecting the war assets was annoying.
Yeah.
I still like Angry Joe's view of it. Walking past, what was that I heard? War assets essaying. Look, Shepard, you're the biggest eavesdropper ever.
You have a war asset for me?
For listening to you?
You care if I listen in on this thrilling conversation?
Yes, they both Mass Effect 2 and 3 both have multiple endings, but Mass Effect 2's ending is who lived, who died. Can you get everyone to live?
And it's basically if you do the game in any other way than what the game wants you to do, you can literally fuck the whole game up and fuck up anything you take over to part 3.
Mm-hmm. Like you didn't know Garrus could be transformed or Tali played a big role in 3, did you? Until I told you that. I was like, look, you need to keep these two alive, and you're just like, whoa.
Because you know how pissed off I was when I lost Garrus, because the one thing you notice that didn't happen to you and you were like, what the fuck? Is that I did everything I was told to do, but yet the deaths were still unpredictable and the deaths would still happen in fucking ways that I'm like, okay, I call bullshit on that.
It wasn't until I told you how to do the order that I did it in that you managed to get it.
Well, no, remember the first time when I had all my loyalties up and you told me to do it in your order, and I still, because it's on the stream, it still got people killed. Fucking how.
No, I meant how you, the mission order when you went through it this time, the second time where you got everyone but Zahid to live. Remember?
No, Kasumi died.
Well, oh, my bad. I thought it was Zahid that died.
No. And this is one thing I doubt, because
Kasumi doesn't play that big a part.
Yeah,
in
and I didn't see anything happen to Miranda. She survived with me, but yet in Mass Effect 3 on that memorial wall, her name is on there.
Hmm?
That's what I'm saying. But I'm thinking, oh wait a minute, didn't she fake her death to go into hiding after 2?
Yeah, you're supposed to go talk to, like in 3, you're supposed to get like a little
to a terminal.
And
yeah, and I haven't gotten that yet.
You go to the Spectre thing. That's how you'll find out. So, what did you
I know where that's at. I just haven't gotten it yet. Because I'm still pretty early in the game.
Okay.
Of 3, you know, on the other run that I was doing.
So, Kill, what did you? Gotta get in there to find it. Well, there's nothing but a massive echo tamer.
What is?
Oh, what Chris said. I don't know who you're subscribed to on YouTube. On that one, I don't. Hell, I've even looked at the Australian news just to see how the Aussies are doing.
Listen, you're stuck here until this quarantine is over. That could take weeks.
Honestly, I couldn't go to Australia. I mean, everything there will kill you.
That's what
the bugs will.
And I'll get this district straightened out.
If you don't have the people to worry about, you got the animals to worry about. Look at the kangaroos.
Oh yeah, and besides, I watched this YouTuber who exposed Geeks and Gamers, and this video really now has everybody questioning Geeks and Gamers being a possible racist. Like a full-fledged race. Why? Because when he watched the Halo trailer, he was fine and dandy. He was like, yeah, this looks cool so far. The moment he saw an Asian person or a dark-skinned person, his face shifted to utter disgust. And then at the end of it, he was like, well, that trailer was fine until the Last Jedi vibes popped up. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Ooh.
Let it go. It's like, you do realize, when it comes to Star Wars, nobody listens to you because that video of you is out there saying, I love The Last Jedi, but then when everybody in your group started to hate it, you deleted the video, and you fucking basically said, oh, if you look for that video, that means you're the problem, you're trying to basically put words in my mouth. The video exists! No one's putting words in your mouth!
To quote Michael Jordan, stop. Just stop.
Seriously, he has to stop. There's, like, he's the king of fucking grift. Like, he is the, I swear, it makes me wonder, why is he not, like, the official, well, I mean, every time he's been called the leader or says, or owns up to anything the Phantom Menace does, but then, when it comes to stuff that makes him look, but he's like, oh, no, I disavow it. Like, no, bitch, no. You tried to disavow you tried to disavow your first fucking review on The Last Jedi, but then you got caught up real quick. and try to shift the narrative.
And Geeks and Gamers, let's face it, what made you famous was The Last Jedi.
Seriously. So without Star Wars, you wouldn't be shit.
I'll also admit, what got me more noticed was Kingdom Hearts and a few trashy visual novels I looked at.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna own up. Everybody knows my disdain towards Nomura, so that's unanimous. And my hatred, some Square Enix practice. But here's an idea, just so that something was to present an idea for, since I'm playing on a console. There is this on PC, just so I don't look like a console peasant.
I don't believe in that.
No,
I don't believe in that shit.
I'm making a joke, a jabbing joke.
Yeah.
Would you not agree that PC gaming is okay to enjoy PC gaming, since Metalhead dude doesn't agree with that? There's nothing wrong with PC gaming. As a matter of fact,
that's also that's a thing that I don't understand, is how, okay, why do gamers, or especially like people who you would consider console peasants, PC elitists and all that, why do they have a system like that, or a system of name calling that seems very, it's almost like segregation in gaming?
Yeah, it is. It's like how you it's a form of elitism.
Like when I told Bruce, True Scottish Guy, that, look, I don't believe in the term console peasant, I don't believe in any of that shit, I do not give a damn. You can label me all you want, but that doesn't mean you have any power over fucking me, because, okay, you can talk all the shit you want, go ahead. It's not like I'm gonna fucking pay it any mind, I'm just gonna disregard it. But, if I keep it... But then he calls me arrogant. He says, oh, then that makes you ignorant, arrogant, stupid. I was like, okay, but isn't that what you call... Everyone? You're still calling me... Yeah, so it's not like you're phasing me with that.
I mean, I guess it was created to be a gamer slang, I guess, because I don't know how...
But the one thing I notice is that, yeah... console gamers are almost like, they're not, like, even ones that could make points, like ones that have a form of, let's just say, educated mindset, it's like, okay, a PC gamer can make all the points they want and they're valid, but if the moment a console player does it, they're disregarded. Like, it's like, it's almost like their kingdom is built off lies.
But let's also admit, there's something that even a few console people we've talked to, have all kind of unanimously agreed on me on this one. The only thing superior when it comes to a console is it's hard to get a damn virus.
Yeah. Because
something in the software or hardware that's built into it. I don't know what, I don't know how, but that's just the thing. And universally, I got, who was it to agree? Like Sly and a few others? That we know to agree on that one point. And I said, don't get me wrong, you have good horsepower and stuff, but when it's really easy to get a virus and a bug on a computer than it is a console. And they both go, yeah, that is true. Hi, Mr. Batarian victim. I'm sorry, I'm going to blow up your entire star cluster later and commit mass genocide on the biggest level. But that whole area is like a Metal Gear Solid section. Because you go by yourself and you gotta sneak. Because first I played that when I got this game, I was like, well, this is dish. But no, wait. I played it for, PlayStation 3 back then. And then I ever played it this time and I was like, man, this is Metal Gear Solid-ish. Because, like, you are just one-man arming your way through that. Oh, I'd also like to say Morton's a horrible person.
It's what I do. I don't know if I can find a cure for this.
He intentionally created another genophage.
you wish to know?
When I find Morton, I'll tell him about you. If he has a cure, I'll make sure someone gets it to you.
Thank you. My time is running short.
And it's like, do you notice that at the start of fucking, what was it? The PS4, Xbox One, and when PC started to really take off back from 2014 and up, what in the fuck sparked all this shit? Like, to quite literally...
I almost blame the X-Bone.
The what?
The X-Bone. You remember how it started a controversy if it always needed to be online?
Yeah, but
I think that might have started a little bit biased towards the splitting between the PS4 and that gen.
Yeah.
But another thing I would also say is Valve came along.
Valve.
You know, they didn't make Half-Life 3. They just decided to become a distributor and make that money.
And it's also because here's the thing: if you would have, I think I probably would have had more. If I would have had more backup back when I started my channel, I think Rags and them would have fucked off. But the fact that I was on my own, that they took advantage, it was like you'd have. There's a lot of good PC gamers, aka Beatmaster, the ones who
Slide
that they introduced me correctly into what was going on YouTube at the time.
Hell, even Infinite Retro.
Yeah, but the ones that took over are like the ones that, how do I say it?
Are the worst. The ones you
are the
really
worst. The ones that I've encountered.
Dying Light 2. I don't know about Dying Light 2. I've heard good things about it. Chris,
I've heard nothing but good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Obviously, you have that one idiot, Solid Rev, who said that it's the worst game he's ever played. I was like, yeah, because you play fucking sports games, so it's like you don't have an opinion if you play fucking Madden or NBA 2K or any of that.
Hey, one of our friends plays Madden, but hey, I ain't got no problem with who play Madden.
Oh, that's the thing, but you see,
but he also plays all different genres. He just doesn't stick to sports, so
yeah.
Hell, he even said Last of Us 2 is trash and played it.
That's true, but here's the thing: Last of Us 2 was free real estate.
It was. Everyone, let's admit, the reason Last of Us 2 sold well, every YouTuber bought it so they could trash it.
No, the funny part was, their fans, which, you remember how I had 4 videos on Last of Us Part 2, and 2 of them got DMC takedown by Last of Us fans, and that was the first time.
The collab and the fanboys on that New Year's Eve. Oh my god.
The one that was personally taken down by YouTube, the first time they ever sent me that email saying, oh, well, even though this video meets within the guidelines, we personally feel that it does not. Like, bitch, if you don't care about how we personally feel, why the fuck should we care about how you personally feel?
If you'd like me to, I could upload it on my channel. I actually have a copy of that video.
Actually, send me the... You know, damn it.
This looks interesting.
I didn't have your email address. I can email it to you.
No, just send it to me on Discord so I can download it back. I might just consider re-uploading it, but with a different title and thumbnail.
Yeah. Because, yeah, that one was... Yeah, do it to piss Susan off.
That one, we bust our fucking asses for that video. We spent... Or at least I spent the majority of the night.
I spent the majority of time researching different YouTubers that had the DMC takedowns and all that stuff.
And you were doing, and the shit was, you were doing it during the day, and I was handling everything at fucking night.
And Lieber was talking about what he saw back. This is when we were still good terms, mind you. No, nothing bad, no slights towards now. We're on peaceful terms. But he talked about, because he had suffered the gameplay too. I had suffered mainly seeing every YouTuber I knew basically.
This is what I couldn't stand. And this is only one thing. Even though I don't like the Fandom Menace, there was only one video, which is, you can just, anybody that criticizes The Last of Us 2 isn't right, that Eric July, aka Young Ripper 59, who is one of the Fandom Menaces, he did make one good point, actually a couple of good points. He said that I didn't buy or play the game. His wife
shit!
did.
Mr. Lemonhead here.
Well, hold up. We'll let Lemonhead do it because I'm sure Lemonhead's gonna have some questions, but I gotta get this one out. How in the hell? Okay, this is what a Last of Us 2 fan or stan would say. They'll be like, you can't borrow the game, you can't rent the game, you have to purchase the game for you to have a review on it. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what's the fucking difference between me buying it and borrowing it from somebody?
Yeah, because if you borrow the physical copy from somebody, you can just say, hey, here's $5. There you go.
So, and side note, only after 3 months that game was in the $20 bin. That means it was a fucking critical failure.
Hey, Last of Us 2 was so bad, people were taking Fallout over that thing during the looting riots in 2020.
And it actually robbed a game that deserved it, aka Ghost of Tsushima. But the Ghost of Tsushima fans were constantly being attacked by the Last of Us 2 stans. But every time they made a video attacking a fan of Ghost of Tsushima, a Ghost of Tsushima fan would smack them with even harder facts, and then the Last of Us fans would fucking claim that they're being harassed and attacked.
Oh my god, that was so horrible, that New Year's Eve stream we did, when they just kept coming and coming and coming like the Borg.
But they kept getting fucking body smacked every single time.
I have my stream up and you have your stream up. You're playing.
And mind you, the shitty thing was that because when Bushido and 2 Black were covering Last of Us 2 stuff, that was the one 2 Black covered for me. Like, he used my video as a good basis to be like, John's got a fucking point on this. So why'd you? Because then after that, they falsely took down my video, and I was like, you little bitches. I mean, you got fucking. Here's the thing. After playing the game, and if my cousin, who's, don't get me wrong, she's a feminist, but she's not an over the top wacko feminist.
She's not a man hater.
Yeah, she's not a man hater. She said that I get what they were trying to do, but this game is still failing at conveying it.
Oh, is that the one that plays Resident Evil with you like crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see her totally saying that.
And she was like this. She was like, so wait a minute. They attacked you saying you couldn't review the game because you didn't buy it, even though I let you play it and we played it on. Because then they were like, well, show it to us on your trophy collection. I was like, we were playing on her console. So how am I gonna show you something that sounds? They're like, oh, then if it's not on your hard drive, it does. Your review still doesn't count. I'm like, stop putting all these fucking.
They had so many strong arguments. It was almost.
They
ridiculous.
were straw manning, and I was dying the whole fucking time.
Oh wait, somebody you speak.
You're not gonna strong. So yes. Let the nigga of lemons speak.
Literally just heard all of this shit.
Yeah, we're just talking.
All of this bullshit. Like, I'm gonna have to say this on record, bitches.
Oh yes,
Don't
on
motherfucking
record.
goddamn care enough if you like, oh, you buy the game or not. You're playing it is what the fucking goddamn is. Stop bitching. What's up with these motherfucking peoples are bitching over franchise? I really don't understand, but y'all need to stop bitching over franchises. Don't give a motherfucking fuck.
My gosh.
Well, the thing is, someone. Here's the thing. Let's say, I mean, but
Someone, do you remember that game where the girl fell like two stories and you were laughing your head off and going, "How bad is this game?"
I know the game you are talking about. That's Last of Us 2.
Okay, just continue, John. I just wanted to interject because I remember that moment. That made me laugh my head off.
So it's just like the conditions that these people like. What's the difference between, let's say, if I didn't want to buy the game and I watched a full walkthrough of the game, like, you know, showing the gameplay, because the gameplay is no different than the fucking first one. It's just much more sleeker, smooth, and a little bit more. It's like more defined than it was in the first game.
You can't kill a clicker in the head. I shot a clicker point blank in the head and it still was alive.
That's a gameplay thing. Because if you don't kill it the way the game, I noticed that with specific games. If you don't kill it the way the game is telling you, the game is like, well, fuck you, you're gonna do it our way. Because Neil's like, we don't have fun over here. I was like, okay, so what are you gonna do when Last of Us 3 releases and that one gets financially and critically critics are obviously gonna blow the game. They're basically gonna take Neil's dick down his throat, which is something his wife can't do because she's with her real man.
Yes, good. Restore power. Release cure. We'll be here when you return.
Shall I?
Continue, or Soma, do you want to take a break and give our voices a rest?
That's it. Y'all need your voice to be rest.
I think
here's a good idea, Soma.
If I can find this video, it'll explain it better about Last of Us 2.
I got a great question for Soma. What is the difference? Well, okay, the PC argument we were having. Tell Soma that, so he can give his 2 cents on that.
It's like, why do each community try to segregate themselves?
Because they want to start a civil war.
Can I at least say my piece? Can I
go ahead.
Say piece on this right here?
Say your nigga piece.
Pip came.
No. Why bitches gotta be Democrats and politicians? Coming down to consoles and coming down to PCs. Like, dead serious. If you fuck around with PC, you fuck around with PC, you fuck around with console, you fuck with the console.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You don't have to go back and forth like fucking damn tennis. Well, motherfucking damn argument is like dead in waters.
Alright, this is gonna be a good video.
Cause you fuck with it. In the discussion. It don't use the motherfuckers have to goddamn have to go in here and trying to fight OUT on our massive fucking argument over some bull-lax shit. Like, dead ass mother damn seriously.
Yeah, more.
Did you find a Delilah or did you find a cat?
No, I found the video, and this is, even though it's from years ago, it's still, when it comes to Last of Us 2, it's always relevant.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are five nonsensical talking points people use to justify what happened to Joel and the end of the game.
Oh man, I ripped that scene a new one, and I ripped the scene Ellie leaving all the resources behind a new one. That broke me.
That's what I'm saying. So
that broke me for a little while. You guys
and I
wonder. You guys
I wonder if he actually. I wonder if he actually shares our viewpoints, or something similar. Because it's not normal that I give a Phantom Menacer their due, but when it comes to The Last of Us, I was like, okay, this guy at least has his due on that. So
you can get a pass.
We're gonna be in for a doozy.
Alright, this is gonna be a good video. So I have about 5 talking points that we're gonna go through. Big shout out to everybody who is gonna be in the comments. Like, oh man, you really milking this, man. You really, yes, I'm milking it. You idiot.
Who didn't back then?
It comes out. I can't watch anything without seeing an ad on it. People can play through the entire 30 hours of the game, and y'all mad at me because I done did 5, 6 videos. I told y'all, man, if I want to do 40 of them bad boys, that's exactly what I'm gonna do on my content creator. You shouldn't be surprised. Look at my, what you call them bad boys, the banners, man, on my page. What did it say? Gaming. Shut the hell up. I actually thought I was gonna be done, but I saw some reoccurring things that we have to talk about and discuss, because really what's happened is that folks have tried to overcomplicate the narrative of Last of Us 2 even dealing with some of the personality traits of the characters, to justify two of the big talking points. The ending, as well as what happened to Joel.
Fucking Burger King commercial. I don't want to see Burger King right now. I haven't had Burger King in 4 months.
See, that's why the Google ads popping up. It wants you to eat Burger King.
I assume that you've already played this game or know what's going on. So if you're spoiled, that's your own fault. Anyway,
Those vials contain the cure. Please.
they try to overcomplicate it to make themselves seem smart. And you, as the viewer, who has watched all the gameplay or played it yourself, remember, it's a story-driven game, very linear. You don't need to play it to understand what happens. You can just watch someone else play it. Having one of these bad boys in your hand is not going to change anything regarding what happens in this story. But they overcomplicate it, making it seem as if you're looking at it from a too narrow of a lens, right? That's why you can't understand why it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense. And I have about 5 or so talking points that I'm going to address in this video that you've probably heard when people try to combat what is what you say if you talk about that ending as well as Joel's death in a negative context, saying that it doesn't make sense, it's inconsistent, and so forth. I've seen these. Some of you probably seen these. These are not the only ones, and I'm probably even going to mention some more as I'm thinking about it as I'm recording this video. This is a one-take take. Probably shouldn't have did this one-take take, but here we are. So one of the talking points. Okay. Start with Joel's death. One of the main talking points when it comes to this is that
everything.
Well, for example, my main criticism of that is that it's out of character, not just for Joel, by the way, but for Tommy as well, who did a lot of talking. For those that don't know, they have saved essentially Abby a couple of times before the scene where Joel is beat to death with a golf club.
Pause just for 1 second.
I remember that a flashback.
Can we admit that the golf club scene was a very badly mockery parody of basically Would You Kindly?
No, it was a fucking ripoff and poor imitation of Negan's scene from The Walking Dead.
Oh, I thought Would You Kindly. Now you can continue.
No.
You can continue
It's
now.
more of a ripoff than The Walking Dead.
Okay, continue.
I think that's important towards the end. I'll mention that in a minute. But I say that it's inconsistent with the character because when you understand how untrustworthy he was, Joel, I mean, when you talk about running people over and avoiding helping people that have been in pain throughout the first game, you know, remember that one scene where he's driving, he's like, Elliott's like, yeah, well, what about this guy? And dude is like, he's like, oh man, he's just maybe faking being injured. I ain't got time for that. Basically, is what he says. That's his character. That's who he is. And remember, he's a survivor, man. This is what he's done for the better half of his life. That can even more so be said because he's younger for Tommy, who was raised by Joel. Okay, this is all coming from The Last of Us, the first Last of Us. So, when you consider the context, and the reason why people are saying that they let their guard down is because they have been chilling for five or so years. And I'm like, what does that got to do with anything? These guys have been survivors their entire life, but even to say, oh, they just up and got comfortable? Especially when you consider that Tommy, even more so, is running this settlement. You're up. But nonetheless, you think, and this is probably the most important part of this. They went on a mission. It wasn't like they just ran and they happened to be just going on a whole stroll. When they ran in the Happy. No. They specifically went to check the scene. So you think, even if we conceded, even if we conceded, let's just say for the sake of argument we do, even if we conceded that they had been comfortable. Switch would have went back, considering they've been in survival their whole lives. A lot of years, let's say that. Considering this, a switch would have went off in their heads to get back in the battle mode. Both of them.
Yeah, that's it. Let me pause that because when you're behind the safety of your walls, that's different. You can lower your guard, but once you go outside, it's an automatic flip of the switch.
Also, here's also another good point. They're basically soldiers at that point. A soldier, even when you touch them behind the back, they will because it's still within their basic reflexes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in any survival story, even The Walking Dead does this. The characters in the community, they can lower their guard, they can be chill like regular people, but then the moment they step outside those walls, they instantly go back to the person they were before the safety. Because that's how you have to be. Mode. Yeah, they basically go into soldier mode. So Tommy and Joel, there's no excuse for them not being that way.
I will say, for Phantom Menacer, this guy's making a lot of good points.
That's what I'm saying. It's common sense, but that's the thing. Anything that you know, to battle a Last of Us 2 fan, it's like trying to battle fucking, what is it? It's like battling Nintendo. You're morally right to pirate their games.
It's like battling Nintendo when it comes to piracy.
Except Nintendo has a better chance of winning against piracy, where any Last of Us 2 stand loses in like 5 minutes, so they just attack you.
Well, let's continue this guy because he's bringing up good points that we were trying to bring up. And he's a Phantom Menacer, so I gotta hear this.
This is something that Joel would have not allowed to happen. Most important, like you go do the rundown, like, hey man, this is how we're approaching it, right? But that's not what happened. What happened was Tommy,
I think we're close,
running off at the mouth. Joel, hey, look at me, I'm Joel. This is my social security number. Here's my license plate, ID, security code for my email. Tommy, we're also over there. What? You just met these guys, man. And again, not to mention the whole idea of saving Abby.
What did the collectors
I understand there was a lot of going on, but come on, man. Being chased by, I understand that, but that does not justify definitely getting yourself cornered without weapons. Come on, man. Come on,
because here's an instance, pause. There's an instance where what he just brought up happened in The Last of Us 1 with the cannibal dude and Ellie. Remember, Dave? Yeah. He actually helped Ellie during the thing and handed her ammo because they were in the middle of a tight spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not uncommon for people to help people in that dire moment, you know what I mean? Unless you're really screwed.
Especially if they know they can control the situation.
Yep. And that's exactly what David was able to do.
Yep.
CCC.
Now continue. I just thought I'd point that out because he had a good point.
Goes to show, considering how early on it also happened in the game, it goes to show how him being killed was just plot convenience. It wasn't even anything they really tried to even think through. They had to shoehorn this character in, and the way that they did that was to pick some random person in the first game, a doctor. Pick some random person in the game,
let's get those fans turned
in the first game, and say, well, that's the connection.
And a quick pause. The doctor that you kill was black. And he was race swapped in the second game to be Abby's dad.
Yep.
That is plot convenience. If I had, and not only that, you saw me I've streamed Last of Us 1. You see the dude's skin.
I'll tell you what, audience. If I make it to 200 subs, I will stream Last of Us 1 start to finish. And I will point out all the flaws that Last of Us 2 makes problems with. They're a stark difference from a writing standpoint. That's what I'll do if I make 200. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound? and you can just sit there and go, well, what about this?
Through a blizzard, and the grace of God, Joel just falls right in Abby's lap, right in his lap. The killer of your father just falls right in your lap. Through a blizzard. Makes all the sense in the world. It's not plot convenience at all. Of course,
That is plot convenience.
it's lazy. His death was just that, just for the sake of doing it. So for the coincidental link up, all of that was just lazy. When you consider that the audience that played the first game does not have a connection to Abby, have a connection to Joel. They wanted to get rid of Joel. They got rid of it early, and the only reason that happens is so they could introduce Abby. That's the only reason that it happens.
First band is on. Let's hit the second, and then
Which is a bizarre turn, but it's not anything uber intellectual or anything. But another thing that they mentioned in that regard is what happened with, if you remember Henry and Sam, the younger and older brother, the first last
Mm-hmm. That was a messed up scene.
trusted Henry and Sam. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That is functionally false. That is not what happened in the first game. No, he did not. What happened, and let's be correct, what happened was they actually got in a fight when they first linked up, right? Because one of them thinking they're the hunter, a hunter, and they got in the link. And they started beefing immediately, right? That was the first interaction. I can't remember if it was Harry or Sam, but one of them brings up the fact that they should help each other. Joel actually is like, nah, no. The person that convinces him to make it happen is Ellie.
And the other kid.
No, that's what I'm saying. But no. Sam suggested it. Joel said no, but Ellie was the one that pushed him.
But here's a good thing that they noticed was even when pause.
Oh yeah.
There's something about that Sam and them that I think we forget is they left them to die at one point, and when
they did.
And then when they fell over and drowned, they didn't have to come back and rescue them. See them drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Sam could have just let them continue drowning, but because he saw Ellie as a kid, he got both Ellie and Joel out. So that's why Joel still continued to beef a little bit until they basically realized Ellie comes up like, he saved me too, and then he just stops because he was going to kill him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, now continue. I just like to point that out because I remember that scene.
You believe in helping people. Lots of ways to help people. Sometimes heal patients, sometimes execute dangerous.
So Joel's first instinct was like, nah. So to bring it up to Henry and Sam thing, it's self-detonated. Because
good kid, bit naive. He'll learn. Letting him take over the
we know that was an Ellie thing. Ellie was not present here.
Yes, unexpected to be working with servers.
So stop bringing that up. Let's get that. So get that out of the way. That's done.
Looking forward to it.
Joel's death was stupid in terms of how it happened. This didn't make any sense. And I know there's going to be videos because it's another. This is why it reminds me so much of Captain Marvel was such a protected game. Everybody that dislikes it is an incel, hates women, hates LGBT members, and they, of course, they're just not simply smart enough to understand the layers of depth as far as what is going on.
Wait, what is he talking about? Captain what?
And they, of course, they're just because this is another.
Welcome to the Normandy, Professor. It's an honor to have you on board.
So stop bringing that up. Let's get that. So get that out the way. That's done. Joel's death was stupid in the terms of how it happened. This didn't make any sense. And I know there's going to be videos because it's another. This is why it reminds me so much of Captain Marvel was such a protected game. Everybody that dislikes it is an incel, hates women, hates LGBT members, and they, of course, they're just not simply smart enough to understand the layers and the depth as far as what is going on.
Of the terminus systems. No distress.
Therefore, because you don't understand it.
No signs of attack.
There's virtually no evidence that anything unusual happened.
It's not for you to understand. Like, no, it's stupid. And I just explained a little bit of why. There's more in detail, but then I went all day long. This would be an hour-long video, and if you guys keep playing around with me, then I really have the people that keep coming and clicking on my face talking about some. Man, you really will milk it and get over it. I make videos every day. That's what I do.
Who's that, pilot?
But let's move on to the end, which I think you can make the argument that more people had an issue with that than they did the Joel thing. I think with the Joel thing, it's like, okay, let's assume that he dies. I think a lot of things that piss people off is not just the fact that he died, but the context of how he died. That was my frustration as well. It's like if you were going to kill him, there was clearly other avenues that you could have went. The fact that, hey, you killed him, then you got to play with Abby and all of this, it's like, what? You have to play with Abby, like, why would I want to do that? This game should have been centered around Joel and Tommy, period. Not Joel and Tommy, maybe Tommy and Elby, if you were going to kill him. But you could have gave him more respectable death, more logical. But the end, which I say makes no sense because she does not ultimately kill Abby. The weakened Abby, been hung up, strung up, starving, but she did not kill Abby. Makes no sense. And I've done a video talking about that. But one of the criticisms of my criticism is that...
Oh, he's got a few videos we're going to look into about this, because he's got a lot. And I'm going to choose the funny ones.
And she realized that his revenge is what got them in this mess and all of that's stupid. If anything, what you've done is leave the door wide open for revenge to come back to you. Why? Abby's still alive. Lev is still alive. Who's to stop either of them from getting seasoned and coming back to kill Tommy, who was in an injured state?
Hey, Tommy being alive still doesn't make sense. He got shot in the head.
Yeah.
More importantly, Ellie. Who's to stop that from happening? Nothing. Nobody. If you killed him, hell, if you killed him both, I don't know why we acting like Lev isn't like it's just completely innocent here. Actually, she's probably more responsible for the eye thing. Man, take an arrow to the knee, man.
Skyrim reference.
None of them are innocent. Nobody in this is innocent. Everybody loses people. But yeah, if she'd have offed them both, but she didn't have to off them. She could have just left them both strung up. They both would have died. She didn't do nothing.
Stand by.
But she doesn't do that. In fact, effectively, she frees both of them. Frees one, the other frees the other, and then they sail off on the boat because she didn't get the job done. So she saved them.
He's either a powerful addition.
But this whole cycle of revenge thing,
I'd rather deal with it now.
Very well,
of violence, and this is the whole, she's just realizing she's understanding now because she has a flashback of Joel. And now she's so understanding here that she doesn't do it. She doesn't actually get the job done because she had a flashback.
At the 11th hour.
Yeah.
After she gets a face in the middle of the fight. Now again, my whole claim was that when you understand all that she's doing, the fact that she is tussling with the person that beat basically a standing father figure with a right in front of her, tortured, beat with a golf club right in front of her. Not just that's what she sees when she has the opportunity to drown her. Again, you have the fact she got her fingers bit off. So if you aren't in a rage, then that for sure is gonna send you in a rage. And then you think about the man. You have a flashback, right? Abby has a flashback, gets the job done, gets her revenge, kills Joel. You have a flashback. The one person that popped all of this off, right? You have a flashback, and you come out, and just go. Huh? This makes sense. Killed everybody up at this point, killed a lot of friends of hers. Abby.
You wouldn't prefer
Tommy did.
Legacy?
Him shooting, what's his name, was in his face was probably the most glorious part of that, most satisfying part of the game. Anyway, doesn't make sense. She would come to that conclusion. Abby got her revenge. She walks away with Liv. And I know a lot of people have been saying like, oh, well, that's kind of the whole, it reminds her of Joel and her. It's like, Joel and Ellie. It's like, huh? I bet you Joel would have got the job done. We already saw Joel do that with her father. We already saw that happen. Joel, and he said he would have did it again. If he had a chance to do it, he would have did it again.
Acceptable. I'll fight.
Make this year your year in a
Oh, we don't care about the XT5 cataract fucking car. Back to the video.
Ha! I like that Shepard had a gun to his chest the whole time.
So I don't understand that. Because it doesn't make sense. And you can try to overthink it to make it make sense. Try to make these guys seem way more creative than what they were. But that's not what's going on. Again, if you're talking about ending the cycle of revenge, there is no indication that that's exactly what you did. These guys were weakened. Lev and her Abby were weakened. Okay? She lost the fight, Abby. She wasn't in her, like, buffed up, big mama pump. Holla if you man! She was not in that form. What's to stop her? And who's to say that she's like, this chick done killed my homie.
This crap around.
I'm about to get back on my protein shake.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
My creatine. About to get back to doing push-ups. And I'm gonna get buffed up again, and I'm coming to see Olev.
Hold on, let me pause that, because even in that world, her being that size is unfucking realistic.
Yeah, it was. That's why Manax, when he was still good, called her Abzilla.
Because it's just like, you don't have the...
Here, by the way,
go ahead.
Let's hear Mr. Lemonhead's opinion of it after that video's done.
Yeah, because real quick, that fucking, like, one, the only way she could have got that is if her group was feeding her, like, half. They would have to give her half of everything for her to even maintain it, and I doubt people are gonna fucking do that.
Especially
in that
with
time
who's being
period.
Spartaned.
Exactly, so now let me hit play.
I'm coming to see it. Who said you ended the cycle of revenge? Nothing. If you would have actually offed them, that would have more so ended it. But she didn't do it. So that doesn't even make sense.
What can I do for you?
Also, another thing which is diametrically opposed to when it comes to the flashback. Some people say the flashback reminds her of Joel and Abby, or just Joel and Ellie. Ellie, it reminds them of that relationship. But another talking point, which lets you know that there are people that are trying to defend it that are on opposite ends. But another one is that they say that the ending flashback is where she forgave Joel for basically
Maybe you should do the same for us.
messing, you know. Because this whole backstory, which is brutal, definitely consider that there was no solid
Do you remember
proof
when I
that
told you how I was
she
genetically
could have been,
altered?
if she was killed,
Well,
then
that wasn't my choice.
that would have ultimately
My father
led to a
created me. He's a very influential man and extremely
Anyway,
controlling. He didn't want a
nonetheless,
daughter. He wanted a dynasty.
veering off there.
I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough.
Some people were saying that it's a scene where she forgives him. What that got to do with Joel?
You and your father parted on.
Shots were fired.
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did
So
you?
Joel saved you.
My father invested.
But this also is the woman that killed Joel. Okay?
Leaving.
So what the flashback in that case be like, this man put his neck on the line for me.
Enhanced abilities.
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the
He did
cause
all
of
of this for me.
genetic
For me.
alterations included. But unlike my
Why
father,
wouldn't she
his
off
selfish
Abby like
reasons,
immediately?
Cerberus and the
This is
elusive
why
man
my
are doing
argument
pretty
is
good.
that
They see the bigger picture.
that flashback should have been her seeing red.
You've told
Not
me a
her,
lot about
Joel
your father.
playing the guitar that
What
she's
happened to
no
your
longer
mother?
going to be able to
I
play
never had
because she
one.
has no fingers.
Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with
The
an amalgam
ending
of desired traits from various sources.
It's not that well thought out. It seems like a lot of the plot points, a lot of people write like this. I don't necessarily write like this, but a lot of people write stories like with,
Talk about yourself.
they
like you're
know
just a tool to be
the main
used.
point, and they try to build a story around it. And some actual storytellers will actually advise.
I like to know where I fit in the world.
It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
But it seems like they had these plot points.
You don't need to make
And how they got there, it didn't have to make sense. They just wanted these
We've
things
both
to happen.
been engineered for greatness, Shepard.
Joel
The
has to
difference is you were great before
have to
we were great
introduce
too.
us there. We
I'm
have to
great
put a
because of
place
it.
in this narrative. And we have
Your
to
spirit
make
and personality.
and they try to make you as
What makes
sympathetic
anyone
to Abby as
That's
possible.
kind of you.
They wanted
I'm not sure I believe you.
and wouldn't be surprised if they create the DLC or going to the Last of Us 3 that is centered around her.
Which they never did.
You have every right there because of what she is and she does to Joel.
Well, no, Neil said if they do a third one, Ellie's story's done. I was like, that Abby game is not gonna sell.
Also, let's add one thing. Is he done talking?
No, he's almost.
Okay, I was gonna say one more thing before he gives the floor to Summer.
Yes, she lost her father. She got revenge for her father. Ellie didn't get revenge for anything because for her, basically father figure. And Joel, she didn't get revenge. Abby's walking away. Abby gets to not only get free because she was dead to right. She was stuck. If she doesn't come, she's more than likely out of there. If she doesn't, if Ellie doesn't come save her, she's more than likely out of there. Both of them live better. But effectively, she saved both of them. So not only did
Plague on Omega dealt with plenty of time to analyze collector intelligence.
it's not even just about that she didn't kill them.
For operations with the budget.
She saved them effectively. She saved the person that killed them.
Is your assistant Daniel settling in all right?
We don't have to make excuses for this.
Neighborhood mostly quiet.
It was a bad ending.
Left him
The death of Joel didn't make sense, but it was a bad ending. And we should be able to admit that.
Noisy.
It's fine.
Never used them in STG.
It's not much to it.
It must have been frustrating working on Omega with such a
The
limited
ending
facility.
sucked.
No, loved it. Limited facility presents
It didn't
challenge.
make sense more
Same
so.
greatest number of people using
And,
limited resources.
and some of the talking points that you guys are using are very bad. And it does really show that a lot of people, NPC, because I've seen a lot of these talking points that I went over, and usually people that are defending it are saying the same thing, and they're especially bad points, specifically that Henry had said. I'm like, that is a terrible point. That actually proves to the contrary if you actually played the game.
Tell me more about the Solarian Special Task Group.
Respected
Now look.
organization. Clandestine. Handles
My
different designs,
argument never was
oversight,
against the
recon
which I
analysis,
played a little bit
occasional
of it in the
wet work,
gameplay.
Identify problems, have
It is what it
neutralization
is.
options ready should need arise.
Um,
For Council Spectres based on special tasks.
It's just nothing that we haven't already seen. Graphics, it looks well. It looks like a great game.
Solarians lack numbers,
But
brute
because it's a
strength, military
linear,
prowess, have to
story-driven,
rely on stealth,
story.
intelligence.
I mean, it's
Agents
a
trusted, given
movie.
wide
You're basically it's an
operative
interactive
freedom.
movie
Spectre
with this
similar,
game.
given goal,
An
goal
interactive
to
movie.
accomplish. Better funded, of course.
I'm
Didn't
not
have
saying
to
there's
buy
necessarily
armed
something
weapons.
wrong with that. I'm saying
said you were in
that
the special task
if that's your approach, then we have to understand that the story basically makes the game. And if the story sucks, no matter how good it looks, it doesn't change anything.
Pirahi studied Krogan genophage, water, tissue samples from Krogan.
Okay.
Because the story is the
Oh,
main
wait.
point. So my advice,
I worked with
if you want to
an
defend it,
STG
defend it.
named Pirahi. His team helped me destroy Saren's
I think
colony
you're silly for doing it,
Heard he was part of that.
but I think you should make better arguments.
Always got job done with limited resources.
All right.
Bit of a Chloe.
All right.
That was that one. So we need
Wait.
you guys can interject.
Just because you have decent gameplay and a horrible story doesn't make it a good game.
No offense.
What's another one? And another point. Oh gosh. We critique. Oh yeah, PewDiePie. Man, that man soldiered through that game. Because it was funded and he couldn't get out, but he soldiered through it. Props to him for managing to doing that.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Bioweapon designed by Solarian.
Oh, when it first came out, he had to soldier through that. Remember? And when he was finished with it, his face looked dead, like all life had been sucked out of it.
Sterility plague. Actually adjusts bio-
Okay, Soma, you take it away. I mean, Mr. Lemonhead.
Industrial population growth levels.
Dude, you know I don't care who you call me, Soma, Lemonhead. Damn.
I'm trying to get used to Lemonhead. Okay, so go ahead.
Lord have mercy. What I'm gonna do with you?
Just hit him with the Bible.
Hell no. Bible not gonna work on Koreans like them.
I didn't get the pimp cane
The
out.
Busan Bible.
No. But anyway, I hear this person got them points of views, and he's very on point on what he's saying. Very on point, and very on point in information wise. But here's the thing, but some of these people do not understand. It's a fucking game. It's a fucking game. It's a fucking spirit. Look, it's just a freaking game by its damn self. So what, the game creators or the industry of the game industry do make some great games, and sometimes make them fuck up games. This is like one of the situations like, okay, Last of Us 1, we're trying to make this shit good enough so we can go ahead and sell these copies, make money out of it. So what, you gonna have some people who's going to criticize here and there, and what damn fucking goddamn not. This is nothing but the normal. So what, you're gonna have these hardcore fanboys and hardcore fangirls that's gonna be on this goddamn shit, on this subject, talking this goddamn shit like it's there no damn fucking damn tomorrow, and don't have the proper information behind this damn bullshit. So,
well, there was a one big thing, and I know because you and I both love this particular video game that Last of Us was pinned against.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And when the awards were proving that the fans, which if it really was fan votes, Ghost of Tsushima was winning. But then they pulled some fucking shenanigans, and yet somehow, even though this game had the most votes, Last of Us 2 still got Game of the Year. And Neil was fine and happy, and the Last of Us 2 fans were basically throwing it in the shade of people's faces. But the one award which truly mattered, and this is what pissed off Neil and all the fanboys, this is why they all went on the attack, Ghost of Tsushima won Player's Choice.
Yep, the biggest one. That's bigger than Game of the Year, because Player Choice is consumer based.
Mm-hmm. And Ghost of Tsushima decimated fucking Last of Us in sales.
Of course. Look, it's the revenue. Look, I'm gonna say this. Ghost of Tsushima did what they did, got the Player Choice Reward, and plus they sell so much copies and digital copies off the goddamn ass.
I mean, here's an argument that the Last of Us 2 fans were using. They were like, oh, you attack Neil for being a white guy making this game, but a bunch of white guys made Ghost of Tsushima. That's politically not correct. Yeah, they made it, but they made it with respect. And actually went to the fucking country. Yeah, they went to even the country to get the information on the time period.
Let me say this. Ghost of Tsushima did what they did because they put every ounce of information, every ounce of getting the historical history to make this motherfucking goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason why Ghost of Tsushima is a masterpiece game. If any other person, anybody in the audience, anybody who listening to this on YouTube, who have never played Ghost of Tsushima, you need to get your hands on this shit and play it from start to finish. Then
get the director's cut now because that one's on sale.
You will be down in traumatizing, and you will be in damn shock of how like, oh my goodness.
You notice that there hasn't been a PS5 re-release of Last of Us 2, which you would think would have come out by now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would fix all the bugs.
But yet Ghost of Tsushima, even if you have the PS4 version, will upgrade to the PS5 version's director's cut. So either way, you're getting the superior version of even though the original game, the original version of it is good, like masterful in its own right. The director's cut literally, it's like you watching the superior version of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I got that second video pulled up. If you got, if whenever you're ready.
I think we got enough on that one.
Oh no, this one's worse.
No, this is just enough already. No, this is enough already. If we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that on downtime mode.
Oh yeah, I'd like to also point out the funny thing of Miranda's lore of how she was created. I bet you didn't know this because you had to go dissect it. She's a clone of her father who cloned her as a woman. He cloned himself as a woman and genetically superior.
Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch.
I just thought I'd point that out because it's not exactly worded right, but that's actually what happened.
I am.
You cloned yourself as a woman, but made her genetically superior in every way.
No. Who want to fuck a clone like that?
He wanted a dynasty, as she said.
I can't do that. Everyone stand down.
Woman, you can be shot in your damn head. I don't give a fuck if you goddamn clone. Bop!
Weapons will be returned on the way out.
No! It's how that's what her father did to create
I know.
her.
She's got that perfect ass. Genetically superior ass.
That's what you bro. With the booty.
This is speaking of that ass. There's something that people were pissed off about when they remade this. They kind of limited the amount of ass shots that Miranda had, but the problem was those ass shots will get in the way of important cutscenes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my pair of ass and tits the same as anybody, but when I'm trying to focus on a game and then just the big picture is her ass, it's kind of distracting.
As you can see, we keep tight control over the
Because I went back and played Mass Effect 2 on the PS3 and noticed it. The things they were bitching at.
Each prisoner's cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown
Yeah, she's very clever.
blocks as an example. The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks
Oh,
identical
me.
to this one. We house thousands of criminals. We can put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice.
Wait a minute, why should I go in here and kill someone like that?
Nothing
All
goes
that
wrong
she needs is DICK in her life. Yeah, therefore it's Miss Wonders.
Let's get on with this.
Have there been escape attempts?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme
Good question, can a clone have kids?
These are dangerous.
Yes, she actually says that. That wasn't Solid Snake genetically entered her now. No, he wanted to create a dynasty, she says.
I'm going to confirm that the funds
So you can have you some offspring to carry on generations to generation of your goddamn
Don't get me started. I just gave you, if you read back, I literally gave you the information of that. On what she's from her own mouth.
A good question, kid. Will you tap that?
Who do you think I'm going for in this one? I accidentally forgot to romance anybody in Mass Effect 1 playthrough. Because I was too busy trying to blitz through this. So I was like, you know what? Because Mass Effect 2, I know how to romance Miranda and everybody the easiest way. I'll go for Miranda. I've always done that one.
Oh, I see. That makes.
But the problem is, the reason why you see Liara in the opening cutscene of this is because since this New Game Plus carried over from my first playthrough of Mass Effect 1 that I imported to this, I romanced Liara in that one.
Oh, I see. Make a lot of sense.
Now this was stupid. He tried to cryojet sleep and capture Shepard. Why? Shepard's a freaking wrecking ball. You put a wrecking ball like Shepard on a ship like this.
A sleeping dragon.
And you let him keep his weapons.
You retarded.
Go to hell. I'll send you there myself.
Oh, come on. He's got a full squad, his entire arsenal. You are screwed.
Is that like trying to put a Doom guy in that situation?
Firing a high impact shot.
God damn.
Yeah, plenty of SJWs can be cool and not, and so long as I know plenty that are that mindset, but are still open-minded to criticism of that fact.
Those goddamn tricksters.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just pointing out so that some people want to just say that's what you are, and I ain't gonna judge people.
Why should
I?
Judge?
Dude,
we should.
Let me put it this way. I have friends that are not straight and both ways, and I don't really care. It's your preference.
Hey, that's your lifestyle.
Exactly.
That's
so
your lifestyle.
Just don't force it upon people.
Exactly.
That's true.
I gave you the point of Mass Effect 3. I'm not big on it. I'm gonna play it because of this thing, because I got New Game Plus on it. But again, I don't judge you because you love it, John. I said that's great. You enjoy it. That's great. You find enjoyment of it. Just, it makes things easier for people who have critical thinking if they know this is how you think, and then that makes it so you can have an open-minded conversation both ways. Because then you know, okay, they're this thing.
I'm gonna say this: everybody can find common grounds on any other subject.
Yeah.
Everybody can find common ground on any other damn subject. Don't care you talking to politics, talking to any other common goddamn subject.
Oh yeah, I'll say this, Chris. If I came across as an asshole, that's actually how I naturally am. So if you take offense to that, please don't. Wasn't trying to be too rude, but that's just how I am when it comes to that thing.
Look, see, this is why I fuck with you. This is why I fuck with you, Keo, because the single fact that you straight honest and straight to the goddamn point.
Hey, I'd rather just tell Chris as it was, like there, right now, just to get that, so we don't have any grievances over. I just kind of told you my honest opinion, and you have your honest beliefs, so we may not see eye to eye, but at least we can come to common ground on some things like comic books.
Of course. So.
Or who we don't like as YouTubers or something, so it's not like we have to be at each other's throats constantly.
True on that.
So yeah. So Chris, you're still cool in my book, regardless of what you believe. I just was.
Calm as you are. Calm as you are. As a human being, at least if you be straight up honest, straight up forward, and be at the.
Okay, one question. What is up with Jack's dress design? You have straps basically covering your tits. That's it, and tattoos everywhere else. Look at that outfit. The only thing those straps cover are your nips.
Unless you put her DLC costume on.
Yeah, then she gets full coverage, but regardless, it's still...
it's basically a legal nip slip.
Yeah, I mean, that's badly designed fan service, dude. If you're gonna do it, just make it fully tattooed.
Yes.
Don't just hide the nips.
Don't hide the titties. Don't hide the little nipples.
But at least she wasn't like Ashley, who got those massive upgrades. Come 3. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All that money had to go somewhere.
Plastic surgery, baby. That shit 100% fake gift dog piss.
That'd be Pokemon.
Fake ass shit. You're walking around with fake ass shit. Spend all that money on all that shit. You know it's a bitch is fake.
I mean, not Pokemon, I mean Star Wars Girl. My bad.
Hell yeah, Star Wars Girl is more fake than both.
I got them mixed up. I was thinking Pokemon because of that controversy she was on the other day.
Oh, yeah. But you know Star Wars Girl is fake as titty.
How do you go from that many cup sizes?
You know what's funny? Someone in the comment section of a Star Wars video, because I have watched a Star Wars video where somebody said that it makes sense and actually used logical arguments of why Obi-Wan and Darth Vader could have had 3 encounters in total, the Death Star being the 3rd encounter, Mustafar being the 1st, and a battle set in between. And when I was like, okay, you can actually have them fight again. Because the one thing, obviously, in Phantom Menace, when it comes to Star Wars, they lie about everything.
Which they are.
Tell me how everybody and their mother knows Obi-Wan didn't stay on Tatooine the whole time. Even in the EU, he's even stated that he's left. Briefly, but he had somebody watch over. He would have someone he knows watch over
Uncle Ben
and them. Uncle Umbaru and Uncle Owen. Yeah, he would have them watch over to keep an eye on Luke. I could see a situation where, think about it, Bail Organa is the only one that knows that Obi-Wan's there besides Yoda. And Leia insinuates she's already had communications with Obi-Wan. So that means you could literally also take the phrase, what people don't know is that Vader, when he meant the phrase that when I left you, I was but the learner, now I'm the master, he was still Anakin Skywalker, like, both physically
and mentally.
Yeah, mentally, to a degree. He was conflicting between both sides of himself. Now, you can have Vader, you could set the show probably, let's say, 7 years into his isolation.
You didn't see him. What made him fall to Vader is if you watch the have read the EU book Rise of Darth Vader, where he just goes around killing Jedi. And on the
to look for Obi-Wan, yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically how you see the rise of his mentality to Darth Vader in that book.
But basically, you can have it to where this duel is basically a... It's, you know, it has to end in a draw, but it could basically show Obi-Wan that this is not the same person he fought on Mustafar.
And that's why he makes the machine.
Vader is fighting.
That's why he makes the quote, he's more machine than man now.
Exactly. You could get, that's where you can get that from. How the hell would Obi-Wan know he's more machine than man without having to have encountered Vader? You can say, oh, he fought Vader on Mustafar. Yeah, he fought Vader in name only. He was still Anakin Skywalker.
And if you play the game, you understand there was a lot more dialogue that was cut out.
Yeah. So that means he could basically say, oh, I'm gonna have to, like, if they come across each other, Obi-Wan could try to finish the job, but he can't beat him. He's gonna realize that he can't win this time, and he'd have to, like, he'd be like, you know, realizing his duty is not to stop Vader, he has to go back and protect Luke. Because as long as he stays on Tatooine, the one thing about that, Vader stays away from specific areas on Tatooine, which is where Obi-Wan's hiding.
He actually stays away just point blank period from Tatooine.
Because that's where his mother's buried.
Yep.
Then
the Sand People still fear Vader or Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
They have a legend, like, you know what I mean, of how there was a guy who came in there, a Jedi, that killed all the Sand People in a blind rage.
Yep.
So, the shit is, however, as long as it's done well, and there's many ways that they could have encountered each other, because they're still filtering out the 19 years between Return of the Jedi and A New Hope. It's 19 fucking years, so there's a lot of shit that happened.
Let's also forget, he still battles a little bit of Anakin Skywalker's self. If you read Shadows of the Empire, which I did when I pointed out my medal, that video I was angry in. Because he never got his shoulder fixed that Luke hit.
Nope.
Because there's a scene in the book where he's fighting a robot that's designed to kill Sith Lords, and he finally kills it, and he's like, my shoulder feels better.
And the shit is, there's one argument that I hate that they use, is saying that Vader was never going 100% with Luke in a fight, when the comics and the novels stated that Vader was going 100%, but the fact that Luke was so powerful...
Actually, here's how it went. In the beginning, he's toying with him. You know what I mean?
He's toying with him.
And then when he hits him on the shoulder, look at the actor. He freezes, looks, and then he takes everything full tilt. He no longer holds back. He's using the Force in every way, from like showing him how you Force push.
And the fact that Luke lasted that long, versus like basically when he fought Vader the first time, he was just you could say he's just an initiate.
And Vader was actually proud. That's why he makes that offer. because he was very proud. He was the first person to ever injure him in that suit.
Well, no, in the comics, Vader has gotten injured, but he hasn't gotten like, he hasn't made like painful groans or any of that. He got hit.
Yeah,
he made a sound. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's why, and he was proud of.
You know where Luke hit him at though? Luke didn't hit him in the cybernetics. The shoulder, there's still flesh right there. That's human. He hit him in his fucking flesh area.
And what makes
it even better is
what makes it more better is he hit him in one of the arms where he knows that style. So he lost one of his like, what was it, 6 styles he uses?
Yeah. So Vader was like, "God damn, that shit actually fucking give me a hit. It hurt."
So I'm gonna say this: minus the 6 style, he now got 5 styles he had to be using.
Yep. And that's why he was proud of Luke. He actually has that's why he offers him that deal, literally.
Yeah.
Sure, he was contemplating it in the beginning, but once Luke hit him, he's like, "Oh, hell yes, hell yes, I
want you. I want you to go in here and become. I want you to go in here and become one of me." Go ahead and
exactly. Because you hit him on the shoulder and basically took away one of his saber styles. And if there's one thing Vader loved, was his sabers. He was more of a sabers fighter than a force fighter.
Because he couldn't be, like, most of his force abilities he had to use with his mind. You know, he had to do everything basically telekinetically. He couldn't do the, like, say, force storms and any of that because he didn't have a body to do it, to transmag the energy.
But not only that, Anakin was more fond of using mundane tricks. Even in Vader, he would only use like the Force to throw stuff and just create like massive AoE damage.
Distractions, yeah.
And then he would use it to just tank the enemy. So that's within his style. That he still was like the Anakin Skywalker when it came to fighting.
Yes, he did.
Anakin never used the Force. Basically, he preferred a straight up saber fight. He'd use the Force to like force push.
And the thing is, George Lucas said it that if Anakin was to use the Force during his combat, like say if he would, he did use the Force though. He was always augmenting his speed, his strength. Why do you think he moved at such a fucking speed before the armor? He was using the Force, like he was already fast. He was just using the Force to up his speed by an extra 25%. With Dooku, when he revved it up to basically 100, Dooku couldn't keep up and he lost his hands.
Yeah, Dooku was like running for his life on that first fight on I can't think of the planet.
Ship.
No, not on the ship. When he first fought with 2 lightsabers, because that's unheard of to wield 2 lightsabers at once. No one had done that since the Old Republic era.
Yeah, so basically he was doing like he backed Dooku up briefly, but once Dooku got him one-handed, it was a different case.
And one of the things is, in the book, Dooku was amazed, and Obi-Wan's like, "Oh my gosh, no one has fought this fluidity," because he was switching between styles.
Yeah, even though Anakin prefers the style of Style 5, which is basically Style 5 is 100% combat.
It's Berserker style.
It's basically Berserk, yeah. He would go. That's why Sidious would never put Grievous in a position to have fought Anakin one-on-one because Anakin would have fucking decimated him.
Correct.
Because you basically just got 2 tanks basically going at it, but think about it. The more Anakin fights, and Grievous, who doesn't know how to shut his fucking mouth, would just be pissing him off the entire time. And Grievous, I doubt you're gonna be able to survive a dark side attack, because Anakin will not hesitate to hit you with a dark side attack.
True.
And also, he knew some, he just kept it to himself.
Oh yeah, he knew like certain like Force choke.
He didn't know lightning, but he knew Force crush. He knew yeah, like I said, Force choke. He had Shatter Point.
He still used those specific ones because those are considered low tier Sith skills. Again, he's more of a saber. He wants to be on the front line. That's always been Vader's thing.
That's been his thing.
He hated the politickings, and if you read Shadows of the Empire, they say Vader can run circles around Xizor when it comes to just politics.
But he always hated. He's like, I don't want to fucking do it, but he could do it when he wants to do it.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Vader could do two things. He could do the politician, and he could be on the front lines.
Nope, he likes front lines just in general. He hates anything to do with that.
Can I at least get damn done?
Yeah, Karina Linus.
Shut up.
Try to at least get down my damn point of view.
Well, did you ever say read Shadows of the Empire? It's one of the best books.
Selma has a certain point of view.
Damn bastards.
Bastards.
Oh my god. Look, Darth Vader could go in here and do the political mode, but he don't like the political side of the mode. He more as the front line goddamn mode. He more as I like to call a one-man army. He more as a one-man army type of mode. I like to be on ground zero till we didn't find my goddamn enemies head on without no freaking damn backup. You more as a lone wolf type of person.
Oh, like what kind of guy, General, gets in a TIE fighter and takes down everybody perfectly?
By himself.
And also, if you notice on New Hope 1, he was decimating them, but the only one he was having trouble with was Luke. You know, he's sitting there thinking, ooh, the Force is strong with this one. He makes the passive joke, like, why can't I hit him? Because even as Anakin Skywalker, he was like the best when it came to TIE fighting. Or, you know what I mean, space fighting. So to put up a challenge with him, that's a feat in itself, too.
Of course.
Correct, John? In space combat, like in ship-to-ship combat.
Fuck yeah. You're done.
The fact that Luke basically gave him a good run for the money, that's saying something, too.
He was like, son of a bitch.
Because he just obliterated everybody else, and then when it got to Luke, he's just like, damn it, I can't one-kill you. Quit dodging.
He knows the maneuvers. You know how to dodge some lasers and shit him down, John.
No, I just think his genetics kicked in for once. His good piloting skills.
Yeah, that too. Piloting skill kicked down in. Instincts kick in. It's do or die. Fly. Look, it's sink or fly, motherfucker.
I'm not going to point out that Vader was also using a superior ship against Luke. Luke still managed to pull the Death Star, blow the Death Star, and just send him flying, which pissed him off more. Because no, he became focused on finding just Luke after that incident.
I know. That's a disgrace.
No, because he was.
No, you don't understand? That's a master fucking damn L Darth Vader that told. A master L. Hell yeah, you gonna be pissed the fuck off.
And it's been 20 years since he took an L or any damage.
Just shoot her and patch her up on the ship.
Hey, all good things come to a fuck up ending. You're gonna have to take the L's. When the L comes, you're gonna have to take it. You gonna suck it up or get your vengeance.
Tell me what you think.
Darth Vader, get your vengeance.
Look at that! You just have a belt, like a belt strip thing on the nips. Come on, Jack. Seriously?
Poor designer. Poor.
Well, how do you fight in that?
So why the hell are we standing here?
Or just move around. I mean, just imagine. You gotta be cold on that ship. It's metal.
Yes.
Anybody ever been on a boat?
Aye.
It's cold as hell. I can't imagine a spaceship how cold that shit gotta be, and you're walking around in that?
Hell, you should be freezing to death right now, or already be dead right now.
No wonder you made your room like right below the engine.
So you can stay warm.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command. On this ship, we follow orders. Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of our deal.
Miranda will let you into the system. Let me know what you find.
Because you're hot-blooded.
Hear that, Precious? We're going
hot-blooded.
to be friends. You, me, and
sure, you can take someone's goddamn cold as some mud, but you gotta reheat your body up. Body temperature on up, so.
I don't like a lot of through traffic.
Oh great,
do
now
the
I'm
same
about to hit
thing.
the Horizon part where I meet the bitch version of Ashley.
Big person Ashley.
No, she's a bitch. It's the one of the sections that pisses me off.
I see.
Oh, it's even more annoying if I let Caden live that one time and just he's the exact same way. I'm like, dude, you're talking to your ex-commanding officer that you should know better than anybody. He wouldn't be doing this stuff if he didn't have a legitimate reason.
True. But you know, sometimes folks with ignorance is bliss and blind as fuck.
Oh, it's a little more than that, but I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Commander, I want to say that working with you is it's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune.
Come on, just give me the freaking upgrades.
What is Cerberus called?
Oh no.
What?
Somebody finally found my Lord of the Rings recent video, and it's being retweet ratioed on Twitter.
Yay!
That means there's another firestorm coming.
I want firestorms. Firestorm's fun.
I'm eager.
Why were I hearing the Korean version of Lucifer coming out of you?
Oh, there's nothing Lucifer about me. I'm a good person.
But
He said he's talking about you. He's talking about me.
No, I literally talk. Look, well, he's the Korean version. You just a Floridian Lucifer.
I'm the biblically accurate version.
I'm looking forward to the next pipe bomb.
Like I said, Ukraine gets invaded. We got a pipe bomb stream to cover.
Yep, and I will do the research on that, okay? I'll do some UK research.
Shit, no, I'll do it that very same fucking day. When it happens, I'm gonna have a TV with all the news pop up. Even if you're not there, I'm like this, yo! Gio! The invasion's begun!
I'm gonna need to send you at least 2 other people, YouTubers, to look at least 2 other ones,
Yeah.
okay? That will give you a few other perspectives.
Korean?
So it's finally gonna happen, huh? Y'all bitches are finally gonna do get it out.
Look, we sure?
Well, what are you talking about? We ain't gonna do nothing else. We're good people. No way will we ever duke something out. That's
No,
just...
I talk about the 2 countries that do get it out of this jail and show up like some stupidity bastards.
I'm gonna have the best representation of how these 2 countries are gonna fight. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, this is not gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of casualties just because of them stupidity.
Fuck! I have to go talk to the elusive man.
Well, Lucifer Man, go ahead and talk to him.
Comic epic rap battle. First match, Raiden versus Baraka. Spit.
Yo, Baraka, you my man and everything? But yo, I got all these people in front of me, and we go way back. You know, like I said, Mortal Kombat 2. Yay, mama, yay! You know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But check it, yo, Baraka, you my right-hand man. Never had a girl, you use your right hand, man. It's not your fault that you ugly as fuck. Broke so many mirrors, you forever bad luck. Look, don't get mad cause I go hard. Pause. Your grill looking like you related to Jaws. Anyway, but that's beside the point. You don't even need to rap cause I just killed you in this joint.
Round 2. Spit.
You really gonna do me like that right now? Don't worry about it. But I got a little secret about you. Check it. Yo, hi Raiden. Don't you just say Kaden. I know you got a crush on me.
Oh
That's why
my
you
god.
hate me. Remember that one
Only on
time
Mass Effect streams, especially when I'm talking to the elusive man, will he go wild.
It's okay. We all know that's okay. And that's why you don't even order food from Chick-fil-A. Look, player, you don't want to test me. I can't be your right-hand man because I'm a lefty.
The winner is Baraka. Now Baraka versus the last year's champion, Liu Kang. Round 1. Split.
Joker, so close to the horizon.
Turn my headphones up, bitches. Let's do this. Liu Kang. Baraka, you so angry, I feel your sorrow. Saw you look right past you, she rather hit a borrow. Liu Kang, kick your face, so keep your hand up. I'm the Steve to your bill. Apple to your Microsoft. Round 1's progress, round 2's the sand. Bitches, motherfucker, you got no damn. It's all just formality. Get ready for fatality. You're born as baby bitch, I might score a barbarity.
Round 2. Split.
Well, that was cute, Lou. It was cute. But don't think I forgot about that fatality that you did to me back on episode 2. Yo, Luke.
What am I listening to?
Hold on, you gotta go back and listen to that part.
Now, what am I listening to in general?
How I see Ukraine versus Russia.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to know what that was called.
You can't go fry some wontons, buy some new pants and throw a shirt on. Ain't nobody here trying to see that shit. I block all your punches and buy some cold kicks. So please, you can't outdo me. And for God's sake, you are not Bruce Lee. So shut up and bake me fortune cookies so I can feed them to my groupies.
I mean, the winner is and still champion of Mortal Kombat Epic Rap Battle, Liu Kang. Yeah, you know it's fucked up, right?
Oh, we ain't done yet. I have to cause nothing but controversy on Kyo's stream.
Yeah.
What would it be if it wasn't?
I mean, let's face it. This is my area. Is the area where you go ham.
All right. Welcome to Mortal Kombat Rap Battle Part 2. Whatever. Look, first of all, I should have won the first one, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let's get right into it. First round is me versus this ugly ass dude right here, Baraka. Let's just get into it. Let's do this. Yo, Baraka, your breath hot. Get some Banaka. Look, I'm not bitter about last time. It's just your face. You just the ugly ass dude. Anyway, yo, you beat me last time. That was a fluke. They need to throw your ass off a plane, no parachute. A while back, I said you was top 5 ugliest dudes I ever seen in my fucking life. Well, forget that. You moved to the first spot. Every single pic you take looking like a mugshot. I wouldn't waste my time on Instagram. No amount of filters can help this man. Man, when the fuck you gonna learn? Face looking like you got 6-degree burns, bitch. Raiden Lizard. You my boy and everything, we go way back. Well, you need to take that Karate Kid. That just smell like Doritos and sweat. Look, first of all, what's the fine that you owe me? You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You been acting phony since the time you tried to phone me, and I knew that you were sweet, cause you told me you like ponies. I'll admit it, I'm ugly as hell, but you only see Baraka hitting on the females, and not to go into a lot of details, but I have seen you in the back fucking lead nails. Man, you must be new to this. I beat you 3 times and we only done 2 of these. Man, fuck everybody in this bitch, man. Look, I got a mixtape coming out soon, and that's besides the point. Look, next round, the homie Jax versus this ugly ass dude. Yo, Jax, rip his ass up. Pause.
Yo, what up, y'all? You know, it's Big Jax in the building, about to rip this ugly ass dude. You know I get down. yeah. Alright, let's go. Yo, Baraka, you uglier than Flocka. After I whoop your ass, you gonna be running to your mama. Should've never battled me, dog. You don't want this beef. Matter of fact, go to the dentist, fix some fucked up teeth. Cabal says you and Raiden are way more than best friends. Y'all sleep in the same bed, watching 2.5 Men. You know it's Big Jack stretching bitches on his back. Last time you seen a bitch, our president wasn't even black.
Oh, that was cute, Jax. That was cute.
By the way, can you tell your mom that I left my cell phone charger in her dresser? I'd appreciate that. Look, how the fucking name, Jack? Your mama only had you just to claim you on the tax. Spandex, metal arms, this dude sweet summer rain, the alarm. Look, Raiders single, let me hook y'all up. Plus, you hit type, he like them swole ups. Oh, now I know why y'all go to the gym. It ain't to work out, it's so y'all can get it in. Need I say more? Me one, you none. No need to check the scorpion. Alright. I guess the winner is this ugly ass motherfucker right here. I'm still not paying you the $5. Anyway, so yeah, the winner is going.
You really gonna keep talking about my mama? You still gonna keep talking about my mama? You know I love my mama. And you better not be talking about my mama. I'ma fuck you up, you bitch ass motherfucker.
Wait, Jack, come on, Jack. Where's your sportsmanship, Jack?
What the
fuck?
It ain't over yet. Yeah, you got one more. Actually, you got two more.
What the fuck? We doing 4? What the fuck?
There's 4 of them in total. All I say is Cabal can spit.
The path to I did it starts at Auto Zone. Get in the zone.
Yeah, whatever. Calm y'all ass down. Welcome to Mortal Kombat Rap Battle 3. I should have won the other 2, but that's besides the point. Let's get started, yo. Round 1 is me versus this motherfucker.
Let's not forget Logan Paul's now in WrestleMania.
Shit. So I feel like I should have won the first joint and the second joint, but that's besides the point. See, I'm already rhyming and I ain't even mean to. Yo, get ready, son. Look. Cable rocker, oh, I see that you still ugly, and the lyrics that you spittin' really ain't do nothing for me anyway. About these rumors you keep spreading that I'm gay. What about the other day when you stared at my name? Oh yes, I guess you almost forgot to mention when you told me Shannon Tatum gets your soldier at attention. Yo, what the fuck is up with that, bruh? Not even your own parents show your ugly ass love.
Ow. Oosh.
Raiden, if that's the best you got, then you might as well just leave right now, okay? Because that shit was whack. And I need to get you a new karate gi for Christmas. Because that shit is old as fuck. Hey, Raiden, here we go again, man. I've been to 2 times when the fuckers gonna learn talking about the God of Thunder. You get Mr. Rain, know where that's gonna be how big I am, that's none of your concern. I might be ugly, but look, your breath hot, and I'd rather get shot than talk to you a lot, and don't worry, cause I still get hoes, cause my joint's real big and yours fits in Cheerios. Hold up, what? Look, according to the judges, Baraka won that round. That's that bullshit right there. I think he paid him off for something. So let's see. Let's go. Got O to the M to the G. We got beat, headphones, rap battle. Guys. So fuck all that noise right there. That motherfucker disqualified. Yo, let's bring in the next person. For the first time ever, we're bringing in the first female MC, Sindel. Yo, Sindel, whoop this motherfucker. What? Oh shit, it's me versus Sindel? Yo, Sindel, listen, you are so sick. You got so much cake, Sindel, and it ain't even my birthday. I was just wondering if me and you can go catch a movie. Please think about it.
Damn, y'all some ugly ass dudes. Even if I win this, I'ma feel like I lose. I meant to say loud. It don't even matter cause this bitch right here, Sindel, is so boss. Boss ass bitch. They need to throw your ugly ass in the fucking pit, with spikes on it if you know what I mean. Ain't no other bitch here that can handle my scream.
Is Keo still breathing?
I'm breathing. I'm just like, okay, when did we turn into 8 Mile?
Oh, it's far from. It's almost over.
No, it's enjoyable. It's putting a smile on my twisted face.
This match, we have
But the problem is, once I smile, I scare people away, just like my laugh.
No, you don't. Not to me.
Brayden, I see you over there looking real salty right now. I mean, it's not my fault that your rhymes are fucking terrible. You know, maybe on the next rap battle, but for now, Montaro, listen. Ain't no stopping me since I started. This bitch looking like something from Harry Potter. Ha ha, oh well, go cast a spell, cause I say getting hoes and you ugly as hell. Finally, I found somebody who I look better than. You can't fuck with me, cause I'm a veteran. My flow sick, bitch, go get the medicine. You giving me a headache, where the fuck is my etc. Bitch, you can fuck with Baraka, cause hot rhymes is something I got a lot of. You couldn't get hoes if you want the lotto. Bitches over money, that's my motherfucking motto.
How to spit. Montaro, yo, what the fuck y'all got me battling, son? This bitch look like somebody done started an exorcism on him and they never finished. Yo, I know you would say I was uglier than you is, cause on the real, ain't nobody who is. It's Montaro and I still got Mortal Kombat money, motherfucker, I don't need to win the lotto. And let's not talk about the women you chase up. You need to use the knife to chop your face up, cause goddamn, let's be honest, man, your face so fucked up that it's hard to comprehend. But on the real, let me break it down. You thought you was winning, bitch, let me get the crown. Don't nobody like your ass, that's why they turn around. And on the next rap battle, I'ma hold it down, bitch. And the winner is Montaro.
Wait, hold up, really? I mean, somebody, I thought I won the really guy.
Now, Montaro versus another newcomer to the rap battle. Yeah, Johnny Cage. Yeah, round one. Spit.
And then Smoke is gonna come in and fuck him up.
Here we go. Yo, LaQuisha, I know your ass here since episode 8. Your ass has disappeared. Look, I fucks with you even though you ain't the time. Got me paid child support. That baby ain't even mine, bitch. And don't come at me talk about that you're sorry, cause you ain't answering my calls or even Maury. Oh, and I got a homie who seen you at a party. He said that you was popping and twisting on everybody. Bitch, you better hope that I don't catch your ass anywhere around town, bitch, cause that's your ass. I warned you 8 times, bitch, that's your last. Matter of fact, you know what, bitch? Kiss my ass!
What the hell is probably what's going through Kyo's head?
Not really. I'm thinking I've heard worse.
This is what happens when they're not killing each other in Mortal Kombat. They're rapping.
Never saw me coming.
Evil Zerg. So when they're not killing each other, they're rapping each other.
Basically. I should send you the video when they all went trick-or-treating.
No.
Oh, dear have mercy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put all these in the tavern. And kids gonna say, why?
You know we're still alive.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put that in the.
You missed it some. Well, right when the stream started, everybody was graced with Clayton Bixby.
I told.
Thank goodness I missed that.
I told him, I said, look, Clayton Bixby can appear in part 2 because I'm not gonna let him ruin part 1 like the first time. We ain't having a repeat of that stuff. Clayton Bixby can appear in part 2. And lo and behold, we get to start part 2 today. Alright, I think after I beat Horizon's a good stopping point.
Alright.
No, but I'm not even finished this area. That's why I said that. I was like...
Company.
Nope, I got something that tops Clayton.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
African American culture to the test. The contestant who answers the most questions, of course, wins our grand prize. Let's bring them out one at a time. Now, our first contestant is a professor of African American Studies and History at Fordham University, the New York City police officer, is a writer for such black television shows as The Chris Rock Show and Chappelle Show. Okay, our next contestant works in a career grocery store, is a DJ, and claims to have many black friends. He's a social worker in Wilmington, Delaware. Most of his boys he goes to school with are black. The barber in Brooklyn who claims that 100% of his clients are black. Let's play the game. What is a badonkadonk?
A badonkadonk is like a incredibly attractive ass.
That is correct. A penis.
Talking about my rear end, I think.
That is correct. You do have a badonkadonk.
I may have heard that once or twice before, yeah.
I'm telling you, Washington Heights. Don't tell the cops, girl, you got a badonkadonk.
Ooh, that's junk in the trunk. That's what you put your mug on and saddle up and ride.
He is correct. Junk in the trunk, but you put your mug up, saddle up and ride, or an ass are all acceptable answers. Why black people love menthol so much?
No comment.
I don't know.
That is correct. Because that's what Newports are. That is correct.
Is it a fact that they like menthol cigarettes? I'm not even sure. I don't know. That's great.
That is correct. On the popular show Good Times, what did Mr. Bookman do for a living? That is correct. He was a supervisor. That is correct. Let's see.
Why is the Korean guy always the one getting it wrong?
I don't know who Bookman was on Good Times. So, I'm gonna have to take a guess. Was he a janitor? That is correct.
Oh, he actually got it right.
Did not see the show yet. Knows that Bookman was a
Janitor, and his nickname was Buffalo Butt.
That is correct, and a bonus point.
Thank you.
Did you name any of Bookman's nicknames? That is correct.
Buffalo Butt.
That is correct.
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi. Sorry, that's incorrect. His name was Bookman. And he was fat. What did they call him? Fat janitor guy. Why did black people distrust Ronald Reagan?
What is this shit I'm listening to?
You took all his money? That is correct. That is correct. Why did black people distrust Ronald Reagan?
He wasn't supposed to be trusted in the first place.
He is correct.
We're running out of time.
Tito. Is pimping easy? That is correct. No. That is correct.
Big Daddy Kane would say it ain't easy.
Pimping ain't easy. Correct. Correct.
I have a hard time with it myself.
Yes, pimping, as a matter of fact, ain't easy. Is pimping easy?
Hell yeah.
Somehow that is correct.
Oh, you're not out the woods yet.
Only on my show does John get to go crazy with his soundboard.
Are you ready?
Of course.
What is a Lucy?
Now, I should know this.
Smoke. Bam! This is absolutely correct. A single cigarette.
A little cigarette.
That is correct. A cigarette? That is correct. What is a Lucy?
Is that a way of saying oral sex?
Yeah.
You should start saying that.
One cigarette bought at the store from the A-Ride.
That is correct. A cigarette bought at the store, one loose cigarette from an A-Rad. What is a chicken head?
That's a woman who puts her mouth on the member or sometimes called the crack whore.
That's acceptable. That is one of the many definitions of a chicken head. A fallacious woman. There we go, Mark. Things are looking up.
Shit. Let me know that those things that shoot like.
Something on TV used to say chicken head. You're such a chicken head. Somebody would show this is, but I'd like to see it. So what are you, stupid? No, a chicken head is a hoochie whore or a fallacious woman, apparently.
It can be used for different things. It's mostly used to describe a hoe or an ugly woman.
A woman that likes to suck penis. To suck penis. To give a Lucy. That's right. What is a chicken head?
Oh, you can find that anywhere. In the hood, on the block, suburban. One of those that you just bring home and wear out.
That is correct. Bird that you bring home and wear out. That is correct. That's what they're for. That's how they're used. This good time lyric. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Blank. Good times. I know that one character on Good Times is J.J. Walker. He's very good. And get the steak and from a lot in shopping malls. Another actress on Good Times is Lenny Kravitz's mother. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the Jeffersons. Good we love you, we got it. Yeah. When Willis had a drinking problem. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Blank. Good times.
Mm-hmm. And I've always wondered this myself, and it sounds like, hey, Indiana Jones! But and is it,
say it one more time, say what you just said one more time.
hey, Indiana Jones!
And I always thought, as a kid, does that mean that someone is hung in a jury? But I didn't. You know, I have to say, you can tell I know the actual song, but those are ones I never could decipher what it was. It was.
Brian Tucker just pointed out a fact that is very true. This is the most disputed lyric in all of the Good Times lyrics.
Yes.
I am going to give him the point. I look at my judges. He gets the point. All right.
And what is the lyric?
The correct lyric. Hanging in a chow line. I had to look it up on the internet myself.
Oh my god.
The final question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Once they know this,
How can black people rise up and overcome?
How can they rise up and overcome? Oh, can they overcome?
That is correct. Operations. That is acceptable.
This is a rap lyric?
No, I'm sorry.
This is a general
an
question.
actual question.
All right. There's a complex answer there.
That is correct. Staying alive. That is correct. That is correct. Well, stop cutting each other's throat. That also is correct. How can black people rise up and overcome?
Get out and vote?
God damn, that one was brutal.
Our judges tallied up the scores and we have a winner. Rob the DJ. Rob, come on out. Excellent job, Rob. Congratulations. Here's the grand prize. Of course, it contains a lifetime supply of Murray's hair cream. That's right. One can is a lifetime supply. Like DVDs, and of course, what would a grand prize be without a pack of menthol cigarettes?
Okay, everyone. We now know John can go ham both with the soundboard whenever I have some Mass Effect stream.
Oh. Someone could have answered those questions too. The game was I know black people. They had 2 Koreans, 2 white people, and 1 black guy.
Oh my gosh.
We needed a second black guy. And someone was quiet the whole time.
Because I'm laughing my ass the fuck off.
I am too. I'm just.
This is too hilarious.
You can tell which one was the Korean. He was like, "Well, I know that." He was the Korean store clerk.
Oh, did you tell him we found out Clayton Bisbee basically insults Koreans?
Oh yeah.
We didn't realize that.
That's a detail we heard, and I was like, "Wait a minute." He was like, "The damn chinks." I was like, "Oh shit."
Let's face it, if YouTube ever got big, YouTube would so hate these streams.
Oh yeah. If Susan was here, she'd catch a heart attack.
That's the one, indeed.
I think she would literally die on the table. No, you know what she reminds me of? That picture of Hillary Clinton when Hillary Clinton walked into a low-income apartment and looked shocked. She was like that face like, why do you live in here? Everybody in low income lives in an area like this. Clearly you've never stepped foot in that kind of environment, yet you were trying to appease that environment. Lady, you are married to the man that got a blowjob in the Oval Office. Nobody's gonna trust you. And clearly if you were doing your job right, your man wouldn't have to get a blowjob in the Oval Office.
Hey, JFK did Marilyn Monroe.
There you go.
Funny how both were Democrats.
Yep.
Fucking Joe Biden has ties to the Epstein Island. Oh yeah. I bet nobody know about that one.
Did you hear the Epstein guy ended up dead in his cell?
The other, his second in command, who could have had information. That's mighty convenient, isn't it? Why they ever have to do this sentencing stuff?
I never understood, and it's been a while since I watched that island documentary at my cousin's house. How did Epstein get all that money and power? Like, what did he do?
Rich people, kids.
1%, 1%ers, 1%ers, always 1%ers.
All the 1%ers. It's the 1% ganging up. Wait, it's the 90%. It's the 99% ganging up on the 1%.
No, it's just the 1%.
Oh my God, John's brain can't compute something for once. It's like the Ukraine.
Oh no, I know. I computed it. It was just that was the South Park parody.
Hey, we're about to close off. I need you to play Blame Canada.
Yes, please.
That needs to be played, considering I'm nearing the end of the stream because I'm at Horizon.
Yes.
After some of the shenanigans that happened today. Remember, hit the like button, everyone.
Hit the like and subscribe and subscribe.
No, the South Park one. I need the South Park song.
That was the South Park Canada.
No, it was not.
That's a scene from it.
No, I need what's its mom singing the song after the shenanigans that happened today that we are aware of in the shadows.
Times have changed. Our kids are getting worse. They won't obey the parents. They just want to fight and worse. Should we blame the government? Blame society? Or should we blame the for the beady little eyes and flap their heads along the line. Blame Canada! Blame Canada! Oh, I'm full of song. Don't blame me for my son's sad. He saw the darn cartoon and now he's off to join the clan. My boy Eric once had my picture on his shelf, but now when I see him, it tells me to fuck myself. Well, blame Canada! Blame Canada! Seems that everything's gone wrong since Canada came along. Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
Not even a real country anyway.
Something to being a doctor or a lawyer, Richie True. Instead, he burned up like a piggy on a barbecue.
Should we blame the matches? Should we blame the fire? Or the doctors who allowed the Jewish fire?
No! Blame Canada! Blame Canada! Oh, the hockey hum of the bone and the January too. Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
You were more than why did we turn the
For 2 years. You've moved on with your career and your life.
I moved on. But here you are.
Alright, it's over. Now I got a good one. Now, Scales, leave those smaller YouTubers alone.
Good luck with that.
I went to Anderson, but he wouldn't talk. But there were rumors that you weren't dead. Worse, that you were working.
I had to put a spin on old 2 Black saying.
I'll say it for you. Phantom Menace, leave them niggas alone. Leave them niggas alone.
They talk about putting humans first, but at what cost?
Especially you, Jeremy. Just because you have young Ripa, that you guys only did that because of affirmative action.
John, you might want to read my comment section.
Why?
Just do it.
God damn it.
Ash, you know me. You know I'd only do this for the right reason. You saw it yourself. The collectors.
Why do I get? Alright, let me see.
I'd like to believe you, Shepard.
First, I gotta find the fucking thing.
And it worries me that you do.
Where the fuck was it?
What if they're behind it?
Alright, hold
They're
on.
the ones working with the collectors. Typical Alliance attitude. You're so focused on Cerberus that you're blind to the real threat.
You're letting how you feel about their history get in the way of facts.
Or maybe you feel like you owe Cerberus because they saved you. Maybe it's you. Doesn't matter. I still know where my loyalties lie. I'm an Alliance soldier. It's in my blood.
I know why he's doing this. Now, John, why would you play all those? Who triggered you?
What do you mean? I wasn't triggered? I fight for freedom. I fight for freedom of speech, not censorship. I'm not Susan Wojcicki.
Are you sure it wasn't because of the comments?
What about the comments? I didn't see anything in the comments that triggered me.
Anything about DC Comics, Marvel, anything of those?
Nope.
Not really. I mean, I can live in the world knowing that Deceased is the superior comic storyline compared to all the canon stuff that's going on. So an Elseworld story is doing a better job at mantle shifting than the canon.
Yeah,
Nobody
how
wants
is it that everybody all nobody's got like the stuff that's going on today's culture?
Nobody wants Fruity Boy Wonder and freaking. Yeah, seriously.
No, I was talking to chat on that one. Keep it up.
Oh. Yeah. Nobody wants to follow the adventures of Fruity Boy Wonder, aka Tim Drake being forced to be gay, not given a choice, even though he's basically boned. Barbara Gordon, a couple of plenty other females, suddenly for him to say, like, I will never fucking get that storyline. I will not understand it. You have boned so many different women, and it finally, somehow, magically, because of the power of woke writers, that you suddenly don't like pussy? Yeah, get the fuck out of my face. Because you wouldn't have fucked those girls that many times if you didn't.
care of a little.
Okay, let's admit it. Tim Drake and Batman are the biggest horn dogs in DC.
And no, turning Superman's son gay is stupid and very fucking weird and almost perverted because he's underage. Again, common fucking sense. That's why Deceased, all of Deceased, even the spin-off books, are superior to the main. That's the canon to me. Fuck the main canon. Anything that Deceased, and that's why Deceased is still continuing. I'm like, yeah, you guys can keep the canon fruity timeline. I'm gonna go to a timeline that's actually tough.
I'll take this in my court.
Really? I have to have another... Oh, it's the arrival mission that he's gonna give me. I'm not gonna do it till later.
You've been pipe bombed.
When have I never been?
That is true.
So why call me?
Just this morning I received word that the Batarians arrested her. They're holding her in a secret prison outpost on terrorism charges. I need you to infiltrate the prison and get her out of there. As a favor to me, I'm asking you to go in alone.
I'll make this a priority.
The prison is hidden underground and a Batarian out. Once she's secure, confirm her discovery. We'll debrief you when you're
Got it.
Hackett out.
Well, Hackett, I won't do that mission till much later in the game. Look at my collection of shiny new models.
Collection horror much?
Oh, come on! You know I'm like a collectionist dude.
I know you more like I like to collect things. I like to find things in life.
Do I talk to the grunt? Now I gotta go to the crew quarters to see if I can talk to the person. Cause loyalty missions, everyone.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
Miranda, you're one of my crew.
Loyalty missions!
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection.
Wait, he cloned himself twice? Of the opposite gender?
I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So you think your father has tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on.
It's worth noting that Miranda can live to be at least 150.
Yes,
Human
indeed.
years.
I need to relocate my sister's family.
Not that
before
much.
it's too late.
What do you need me to do?
How many people can live to be 150 years old in today's standards?
I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is
A lot.
family to make sure
And they can still look like in their 20s in this setting until they're at least in their 50s. And they won't look like in their 40s till at least 90s, I believe, in lore. I don't know how humans have attained longevity and youth in this setting.
Rupert, there's something different with tonight's meal. Seems like you put in more food and less ass.
Yeah, keep talking. How can I help you, Commander?
You have everything you need.
Absolutely. Since you set up my kitchen with proper supplies, thanks again.
I won't take any more.
Back to work.
Shepard, need me for something?
Talk to you later.
I'll be here if you need me.
Just needed to make sure I didn't have to do these. And there's John and his screaming again.
Likewise.
Today's not the day. There will be a day for mercy, but that day has not yet come.
Definitely on that one. I'll handle this, Dustin.
Wait, handle what?
Something on the chat thing.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't have it pulled up. I was just going by based what the hell I was hearing.
It's not that. We're not. Let's go to this part of the corner. Ah, crap! I went to the wrong area. No, wait. Yes, I did. I went to the right area because I need to talk to Grunt.
You always gotta talk with Grunt.
Just checking in.
We need Grunt.
Not enough cover. That's what Tank is.
Not Grift. Grunt.
Just remember the hate. The dead were weak. When he turned.
And am I the only one who saying this? Medea needs to die.
Who?
Who?
Someone knows what I mean.
Oh.
Who?
Medea.
Look, leave alongside parent, bitches. Type.
No, you know why? You know why? Because as long... Okay, I'm gonna say it like it is. I know people love Tyler Perry. He's the king of the cross-dressers. I just had to make that clear. He is the king of the cross-dressers.
I'm gonna have to deal with you later on.
We will as soon as I get finished talking to him.
Soma, okay, I'm not talking about his movies. I'm not talking about his movies. I'm talking about the demographic for his films.
Look, the way he to make his roles and the ways enough he to be done this mother's masterpiece in the mug. And yeah, some people, some males can go in here and pull this shit on OUT now.
Did the Krogan evolve? Or
Krogan the scientist?
Just some.
Never met Krogan science. Krogan.
Yeah.
Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
Fuck his couch, nigga. Fuck his couch.
Led a science team. Geneticists, chemists,
Darknesses. Darknesses.
Other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
Every time Keo starts a live stream, darkness is spreading. Hello, dark. Hell yeah, I know. Hello, darkness, my old friend. You will never leave me. You will never leave me.
Yeah, Morton created another genophage just to keep the population in control. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta talk to Jacob real quick. I think that's the last one of the loyalty people I probably have right now.
Sorry, I'm a little unfocused. Personally. The yeoman said you wanted to see me. As I said, it's a personal matter. Well, I'm listening.
About the Hugo Gurns. Shepard, that shit went missing 10 years ago.
Oh, Jacob's mission. I have a lot to talk about on how fucked that one is up.
Oh yeah, I let him kill his dad.
No, what his dad did is really messed up, and I'll let the audience.
No, I know that's why I let him kill him.
No, I let the people kill him with one shot.
That's not their call to make.
You know, I left him in an island with his pistol with one shot.
And you waste your shot. He didn't waste it. Oh shit. I got shot.
Oh yay, prepare a renegade. Hit the save button.
Yes. You must prepare for the renegade. I dare you, Russia. I fucking dare you. Viva la resistance! Wait, wrong nation.
Okay, hold on a second.
You know how we can stop them?
Alright, thanks.
Force feed them sushi.
Oh god. Thanks, Key, for popping in. Dustin Staples. Chris Barker.
You'll see Dustin tomorrow.
Don't worry about Conundrum. That's a bot. Yep, that's all who popped in tonight. Thank you all for popping in. I'll see you all on the next Mass Effect stream.